KO the basic. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
I'm live. I get my money up, yeah. I'm live. I got my son up, yeah. I'm live. So ride, yo, about to ride, yo. What you talking about? What you talking about? Do this shit. What you talking about? Do what you talking about? I'm about you. Get them on the beat. I'm gonna put it. Want some beat? No. Yo, what's going down with y'all, man? It's your boy KO. It's your boy Knockout. KO 86. Knockout Boxing 86. Knockout Boxing, whatever you want to call me. I'm here. I'm live. We back. Welcome to a pop-up episode of Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Join the channel as a member if you don't want to miss the picks, man. We drop exclusive content every single week for our channel members. And most importantly, please show your support by donating to the channel. Hit that Cash App, $ Knockout Boxing 86 TV is the Cash App, and hit that Super Chat, that $ button right there next to where you're dropping comments right now. Salute to Ty Drake for the 5-piece. 5 of them things, 5-piece, no biscuit in the Super Chat. She say, appreciate the dedication. Well, yeah, the wifey and my daughter, they just decided they getting their nails done this afternoon. My other daughter got to work. My son in there playing video games. What I'm supposed to do? Boxing ain't on yet. I'm just supposed to sit around the house. I already did my yard work yesterday, so shit, I say, fuck it. I come talk some boxing while they gone. While they doing their thing, I'm going to do my thing. They doing what they love, doing the girly stuff, getting all girled up, you know what I mean? I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to talk some boxing shit. It's a lot to talk about, so we here. But I appreciate y'all showing up when we ain't usually here. You know what I mean? Smash that like button. Get the likes all the way up. You know what I mean? Get the likes all the way up, please, and thank you. So we can get straight to it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see who we got in the building, then we're going to get it going. We got my dog, Brandon Broussard. What's up, Brandon? We got a Rain in the building. We got my dog, Kiro Black, Victor, Avilio 23. What's up? Ty Draper's in this thing. We got Rampage, Big Bob Gun, Brother Huey Q, Kevin House, 600 said, my dog Warriors Boxing LLC. What's up, dog? Billy Wright in the building. Jacob Qualls, what's good with you? H-Town, H-Town. Rodzilla Jones in his thing. What's up, Rodzilla? Salute, bro. Kevin House, World of Animals, 9 Ether. What up? We got Isaiah WYD, what's good with you? A Stain, what's happening? Everything healthy. What's up, bro? My homie Opulent LDTV. What up, bro? Crucial Content, I see you, bro. We got Ghetto Fab, HB, the voice of reason. Why you? HB, you been rocking out for a long time. I don't know why you the wrong color, fam. I got you though. I got you though. Don't you worry. You're gonna be the right color now. There we go. All right, who else we got, bro? J-Do, what up? Coda in the building. Coda, what up, Coda? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Hope all is well with you, fam. Randall 700, what's up, Randall? Jermaine, what's up? Coquee, what's good? Ghetto Fab, what's good with you? Savage Bo, I see you, bro. Terry B, Dante Hall, Dante Boxing Talk, what up? Tim Layton, what up, Tim? Robert Guest, what up? Trey W 234. What up? Jason Feewell. We got Jason in the building as well. We got Trey Skills 42. What up? And then we got Tarek B in the building. 112 people in here early. Y'all smash that like button. When we get the likes to 100, let me know. I'm ready to rock. Shout out to my dog Bloodline PSAV being a member for 5 straight months. Yeah, Jason, I got you. You know, you done showed some support to the channel. You come here all the time. We'll get you right, bro. We'll get you right, fam. Don Ballin, what up? Synth Savior, Presets and Kits, what up? Poi Pounder NW, what up? Shout out to my dog Bloodline PSA Vito being a member for 5 months. He say, blessings, KO, and community. Blessings to you, bro. I'm out here in Atlantic City getting ready to go to the fight. He gonna be in the Boots fight. He say, Boots family showed much love and Shakur pulled up. Time for a great night of boxing. Yeah. I hope I hate to hear that, Coda. Not condolences, bro. Thoughts and prayers with you and your family, man. I hope I hope you handling it the right way. I hope, in that situation, ain't no words or nothing, but man, my thoughts go to you, bro. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you can enjoy some boxing talk and you can be entertained and get your mind off of that a little bit, bro. Real talk. Salute to you, dog. Double. What's up, homie? I see you. What's up, Double? Hey, where we at on the likes, man? Y'all let me know when we get the likes to 100 so we can get this thing going. Johnny Spears, what's up, bro? We got 131 people in here. Looks like I got like 68 likes, man. Shout out to my dog Jason Feewell, man, coming through with that 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. He say, no biscuit in the super chat. That's right, goddamn. We don't throw no biscuits in the super chat. You know what I mean? No biscuits in the super chat, brother. Shout out to my dog Jason. Shout out to my homie Jason, man. What's good with you? Yeah. We about ready. 134. Appreciate y'all showing up on a Saturday. That's how you know we got such a great community over here, bro. The numbers don't be as high when I do the pop-up lives as when we do the normal shows or whatever, but y'all always show up for me, and I appreciate y'all. I'm going to show up for y'all, man. Dundrick, what's up, bro? I'm going to show up for y'all, man, with this content, with this knowledge, studying, working hard. We ain't taking no shortcuts, man, because I appreciate y'all showing up for me. Real talk. Stinger from above, what up? I used to, man, when I was younger in the content creation space, I used to wonder, like, dang, bro, if I go live, will they show up? You know what I'm saying? If I drop a video, will they watch it? You know what I mean? Now I could just go live with the confidence that I know y'all gonna show up for your boy. So I appreciate y'all, dog. Real talk. Real talk. And I'm gonna keep showing up for y'all, man. We're gonna get these picks right. You know what I mean? We're gonna do all that shit. Y'all gotta hit that like button though. Y'all want me to get the cooking. I'm telling you. Shout out to Texas DT20 with the 20 piece. 20 of them things. 20 burger. No biscuit in the super chat. Salute KO and chat. Hope everyone's enjoying the weekend and ready to enjoy this boxing tonight. Yeah. All right, that's messed up. Big Bob Gun is working for other people, man. If you got Cash App, you can hit that Cash App or the like button's enough, dog. But anything you can give is appreciated, man. Thank you. Best dad ever. What up? Got me thinking on one of your picks. It's the heavyweight fight. Is it the heavyweight fight? Shout out to my dog Big Bob Gun. They let him drop that thing. 2-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. He say absolutely nothing. He just showing love to the channel. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah, best dad ever. I got you. I just don't trust it, bro. I just don't trust Buddy. You feel me? I don't trust Buddy. Then, you know, if you already lacking that motivation when you got that deal on Top Rank or whatever, then you know what I'm saying? You drop down to the Pro Box TV and shit, and you know, you small. Like, yeah, I'm taking a flyer on that one. I'm taking a flyer on that one, bro. Big Bob Gunn with the 2-piece back in that super chat again. He say absolutely nothing. He just showing love to the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Salute. One of my picks not popular is the Ray Savage fight. Yeah, that's gonna be closer than a lot of people think. Thomas Matisse can fight, bro. Yeah, you got it, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, Thomas Matisse can fight, athletic, big. You know, he bigger than Ray Ford. He got a little more swag to his style than what Ray Ford is used to fighting. You know, Ray Ford fighting, you know, European guys and Mexicans and stuff his whole career. So you put another brother in front of him, it could get a little shaky out there. You know, it could get a little shaky out there. So I see what you're saying, Cody. That's not a bad one at all. It's not a bad one at all, bro. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Me and Best Dad Ever was talking about another one. Y'all know I can't give my picks away, but channel members know what it is, man. You feel me? We had 100 likes yet. I'm ready to get rocking. What's up, Jalen? Salute, bro. Salute, bro. Nah, you saw what Tank did to Frank Martin? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Sound like Devin, though. Sound like Devin. Even the black dude Devin fought was a flat-footed fighter. Shit, don't get me started past his prime. When Devin gonna fight somebody that's in their 20s, bro? Jalen, don't start with me early today, dog. Don't start with me early. Y'all always do that. You Devin fans come over here trying to cook Tank and shit, and then y'all make me do Devin dirty. I don't be want to do that, bro. Devin is not even a topic today. Shit, now ain't the one Devin fought. We got Throwing Straight Facts Boxing. I like that name. What's up? Where we at on the likes? Let me know when we get to 100. Light skin business. I see you, bro. What's good with you? I don't know who gonna win between Edwin and Keyshawn. We just want the winner. I mean, you got to favor Keyshawn in that fight. Edwin been out the ring for 2 years, damn near, coming off of blood clots, coming off a shoulder injury. You know what I'm saying? Haven't had to make weight in almost 2 years. That's gonna be a hard one, bro. You know what I mean? For Edwin. My dog Best Dad Ever says, Devin ever a topic? Not lately, not even for his own channels. They love him. These niggas been going heavy. Tank, Shakur, Tank, Shakur. Two niggas they been hating on. They hate on crazy in 2023 and 2024, bro. And for Tank, way longer than that. But now all of a sudden, this nigga Tank, Shakur, Tank, Shakur, Tank. Shit, Devin got a fight in less than a month. Cover that shit. Niggas just know if you go live talking about Devin, then somebody like me go live talking about Tank. Ain't nobody gonna be in your shit. Ain't nobody gonna be in your shit, man. Niggas ain't trying to play with that algorithm like that, man. We said we had 92 likes. Let me know when we get them 8 more. I'm ready to rock. New Orleans band, what's good? Nah, bro, you started hating on Tank. I'm talking about this motherfucking Ray Ford, Jalen. And you like, sound like Tank. And then I just point out, knowing that you a Devin Haney fan, that's where that shit coming from, nigga. I point out the fact that you talking about Tank, nigga. Your favorite fighter is on that shit. Don't try to put that shit on Tank. So yeah. Stop coming in here on your Devin shit, man. Goddamn Tank hater. I trust that you a real Devin fan, though. So I'm not going to, you really a Devin fan. Salute to you. We got Envy the God with the 2-piece in the super chat. Keep cooking these dudes, KO. I just be working. Yeah, nigga, I know. Yeah, you, bro. You should know by now. I'm the one you can't get one over on, nigga. I know where that shit come from. We up to 100. All right, let's get this camera on, man. Let's get it talking. Maybe I should have had my camera on and niggas wouldn't have fucked with me today. If I had my camera on and y'all saw this hoodie, man, maybe y'all know to leave me the fuck alone today, man. Maybe that. Appreciate the compliment, Throwing Straight Facts Boxing. Maybe if I'd have had my camera on when I was speaking to y'all, Jalen would have came in here and jumped out of pocket on my ass, man. Tarek, what up, man? DX Tsunami, what's good? All things, I see you, bro. I see you, bro. Yeah, Jalen came here. He ain't know we were Black Hoodie KO today. He was like, he thought I just had on a hat and a t-shirt. Nah, nigga, it's Black Hoodie. Stop playing. DP, are you with me? What up, bro? Cincinnati in there bit, man. All right, let's get the cooking, man. I want to get my final thoughts real quick on Boots versus Stanionis. I'm really excited to see Boots Ennis get this opportunity to unify and justify all the hype, bro. Justify all the hype. Like this is one of those moments, right? Where in these moments, if you who you say you are, if you who your fans say you are, if you who Philly say you are, winning is not enough for guys in Jerome Boots in this position. And as a Tank Davis fan, man, I can tell you firsthand, and I'm a Boots Ennis fan too. Everybody know that. But what I'm telling y'all is these guys that got all this hype, these gaudy records, this flashy style, you know what I'm saying? Winning is not enough. I'm sorry, bro. Like, just simply winning is not enough. You got to win impressively. You got to 12 zip a nigga. You got to beat a nigga up, and the only reason he don't get stopped is because he like the toughest dude in the world that night. And so I'm really looking forward to Jerome Boots Ennis being able to solve the puzzle of Stanionis. It's a straightforward puzzle, right? It's a puzzle that's gonna come at you with a high guard that's really tight with a stiff power jab and not a whole lot of head movement, but it's a puzzle that's gonna be sturdy, that's gonna be there, that's gonna come get it right. You know what I'm saying? And make you get right. So I'm really excited to see him get this opportunity to unify at 147 pounds. As I said yesterday, though, I don't agree with the Ring Magazine belt being on the line, the lineal being on the line, just because since Bud Crawford dropped that shit, I'd rather it, like I said, only if it goes vacant, because didn't nobody beat the man who beat the man who beat the man. If that shit goes vacant, I feel like it shouldn't be put back on the line until that division has an undisputed fight. So you let all the champions work their shit out or whatever, and then if it goes to undisputed, now you throw the lineal on the line for that undisputed fight. Now it's gonna mean something again. Then okay, now the undisputed champion is lineal. Does he continue to defend his lineal title, or does he vacate the belt and move up once he gets the lineal and becomes undisputed? Then you go from there. I think that's the best way to handle it. Other than that, I love everything about this fight. Salute to Premier Boxing Champions and Matchroom making this shit happen. And a lot of people were telling me for months and months that Stanionis isn't a Premier Boxing Champions fighter, but I'll be doing a whole Tom Brown interview reaction because Tom Brown gave a great interview that I want to talk about today. And PBC posted on their Twitter page, Team Stanionis. So seems like KO was right about that shit. Just pointing out shit that I'm right about on a daily basis because people be acting like I don't be right, bro. Easy Killer, what's up? People be acting, LaMarcus, what's good? People be acting like I'm not him when it come to like this content creation shit. So Stanionis is with PBC, just like I told y'all. He ain't with PBC. He's not even a PBC fighter. He's with PBC. Tom Brown is there. PBC is posting Team Stanionis. And yeah, PBC is yet again proven that they're the premier promoter when it comes to working with other outfits. So go listen to these content creators with this stupid ass narrative that PBC only does in-house shit, that they don't work with other promoters. They working with promoters as the A side, the B side, you know, all that shit. And I think people get their business confused with with their narratives, right? With the narrative that they want to push, like, oh, why they won't just send Tank over there, or why they won't just send Earl Spence over there to fight Bud, or why David Benavidez can't just get on this undercard or get on that undercard. Look, with these guys, they are money makers, so y'all got to come to us, nigga. Like, we not playing with y'all. And then if you want a Carlos Adames or you want a Stanionis, yeah, facts, best dad ever. You have to be narcissistic, facts, bro. And I got a tad bit of that in me. I ain't above that shit, man. But what I'm telling y'all is the facts say that PBC working with everybody. Think of just this year alone. They like, you can't really think of a big time card that they wasn't a part of, bro. The February 1st card was their own card with David Benavidez. The February 22nd card, the Riyadh season card, they had fighters on that. The March 1st card with Tank Davis, they put a top ranked fighter on the card for him, which was Sandor Martin. This card right here, they got Stanionis in the main event. The ring card, the Fatal Fury card or whatever, they're gonna have Rolly Romero on that card. All right. We'll talk about later how O'Shaquie Foster and Stephen Fulton is done. Like, come on, bro. Come on, fam. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Donate to the channel as well. Hit the super chat, cash apps, $ knockout boxing 86 TV. Shout out to my dog Jalen James, though. 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. My homie say, Boots better learn how to fight with a high guard with this fight. That'd be good. You know what I mean? I don't know if you want to go high guard to. I don't think that's the answer. He just got to be more responsible. And I said after his last fight against Karen, I want to find out if Boots just can't see. Cause he looked fast in a motherfucker, but he be having the problems like seeing punches coming and shit. He didn't see shit coming from Karen that he should have been able to get out the way of with his speed and athleticism. So if that rears his head, bro, that jab of Stanionis can be a problem. Like, you can't be trying to roll the punch after the jab then already hit you in the goddamn head, bro. So I expect Boots to style on him, hopefully for the sake of him and his fans. But Stanionis is live in this fight, bro. He's live in this fight. My final thoughts, though, I'm happy Boots is getting the opportunity. I'm happy we're getting the fight. And I want to see if Boots is who his fans say he really is. Because if he is, the better than Terrence Crawford, the next great thing. These are the types of fighters Terrence Crawford would style on. Just keeping it 100. These high guard, fighters that's tough, that's coming forward with a power jab, not a lot of head movement, not a lot of foot movement or whatever. These is the dudes that Terrence Crawford beat the fuck up. Yeah, these are the guys that he just fucking styles on badly. So I expect the same thing for Jaron Boots Ennis. Moving on, though, Bozy Ennis and Boots exposed the Normans, man. I just want to take this time to tell you that they doubled down again. Bozy Ennis did an interview. Eddie Hearn did an interview because Brian Norman and his daddy talking shit about the offer and Boots and this. And they're confirming, like, look, dog, you made $100,000 versus Stanionis. You fought on Michaela Mayer's undercard in your last fight. We offered you $1.7 million. Yeah, Randall, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, you can't see shit coming. In the Karen fight, he did not see shit coming. So my thing with the Normans is, bro, it's time to put up a shut up. You don't get to build your name off Jaron Boots Ennis, then act like you busy every time y'all free. You just fought 2 or 3 weeks ago. Matter of fact, it was the 29th. Boots is fighting on the 12th. That's only 2 weeks apart. Don't have no fight lined up. We don't want to hear no Brian Norman Jr. fight announcement next week. Getting the goddamn negotiation table and make this shit happen next. Miss me with the undisputed shit. Niggas is talking like they want it right now. People is talking like they really own it right now. Prove that shit. But they exposed out here, man. And Bozy and Boots did it, bro. They exposed. They sent the man 3 offers. And now they talking about, oh, send me a real offer. Send me something. Like, what you mean a real offer? That you scary when you'll fight other niggas for less, but you need the farm to fight Boots Ennis. You letting people know you think it's a huge risk. You letting people know you think you can't fuck with him. And what Bozy is saying about the sparring is true. Bozy keeps saying, look, bro, you were supposed to do a certain amount of rounds, but your ass had to stop because Boots was beating on your ass. And he say his daddy was there and he know it. Boys exposed out here. Shout out to my dog Terrence Trotter, though, with the 2-piece, no biscuit and super chat. Says Boots, best jab in the business. I haven't seen enough to say that. One of the most athletic fighters in the business. One of the most flashy fighters in the business. Very powerful young man. But he didn't knock out Karen in 2 fights. And we got to find out if that was just a Karen thing. Now we got to see if his power really is what his power was supposed to be in this Stanionis fight. And best jab in the business, I haven't seen enough because he hasn't had to rely on this jab in any fights. He just get in front of dudes and out-athlete them. He just get in front of dudes and he's a better athlete, bro. In this fight, he'll be a better athlete, but Stanionis is so tight and so skilled and so resolute that Boots going to have to bring out more than just athleticism. So maybe he'll show one of the better jabs in the business tonight, but he hasn't had to jab against a level of opponent to where we can say that. My dog Ramirez, he say, but he then again, you can't say nothing if they doing things to build Brian's profile, so he could ask for more at the table. Okay, build his profile off of what he do. See, this is my problem, Ramirez. This is my problem, bro. Build his profile. If you just gonna build his profile, don't act like you want smoke right now. If you just want to build his profile, don't act like you the one that's getting ducked. If you just want to get easy bags and build his name up, get easy bags and build his name up. My problem is with people that want to get easy bags, build their name up, but then still act like everybody in the world is ducking them. A la Shakur Stevenson. A la Shakur Stevenson. I don't like shit like that, bro. Cause it's capping and you lying and you full of shit. You can't say a motherfucker ducking you when they offered you more money than you ever made at the same time. You can't be like somebody's ducking you, but then at the same time, you saying you got your own path and you can do this and you can do that. The price is more than one way to skin the cat. Like all that old extra shit, bro. Build his profile and shut up then. Rose, what up? Seen the unseen boxing, what up? Yeah, I didn't like how he looked in the weigh in. I ain't like how he looked in the weigh in, but you know, Boots cut a lot of weight. We'll see how he. For me to decide whether or not it's time to move up, that'll determine how he looks in this fight. Kane Drake, what up? It'll determine how he looks in the fight, bro. That's where I'm at with it. Something else that came out, Eddie Hearn was doing an interview, and David Benavidez versus Callum Smith is being negotiated right now. Yet another example of Premier Boxing Champions being willing to work with another promoter when it's right, when it makes sense. David Benavidez versus Callum Smith will be a great fight for David Benavidez's first defense of his newly minted WBC title. Callum Smith already got knocked out by Artur Beterbiev, so that'll give us an idea of how Benavidez would look against Callum Smith. This fight would be for the winner of the Beterbiev-Bivol fight. I would hope that all of them would meet up, the two winners and all that shit. Now, Jalen says that David is an email champ. Well, it's because everybody's ducking him. Like when you sending out $50 million offers to Canelo Alvarez and you sending out offers to motherfucking Dimitri Bivol and dudes is dropping belts and moving up and saying you ain't accomplished nothing, but then fight people that's less accomplished than you and all that shit. Like you can say email champion or whatever, but as soon as he defends that belt, he put weight on it. So all he got to do is fight Callum Smith and he'll have weight on that belt. And he got weight on it already because he's giving us the best fights possible that he can and where niggas ain't ducking him. I don't believe Devin is an email champ though. And I said that with Tank too. When Tank called him email champ, literally said, nah, you wrong. You can't call that man an email champ. All that shit, bro. Yeah. I don't always agree with Tank. I don't agree with niggas calling Tank an email champ or Devin an email champ. You can go back and check the record, bro. But what I'm saying about Benavidez and Callum Smith is I'm just a huge Benavidez fan because he's just giving me the best possible fight, bro. He tried to give me Canelo, couldn't give me Canelo. He gave me Caleb Plant. Tried to give me Canelo again, couldn't give me Canelo, gave me Demetrius Andrade. Tried to give me Bivol or Beterbiev, couldn't give me that, gave me Vosdick. Tried to give me Beterbiev Bivol, couldn't give me that, gave me David Morrell Jr. Tried to give me Bivol, couldn't give me that. Bivol let himself get stripped. Now he fighting Callum Smith. He's just a dog, bro. He just a dog. Kevin King with the 2-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. KO salute. Had to pop in a while at work. Appreciate you. I just like that, bro. I just like the way that David Benavidez moves, man. He could easily take on a lesser 175 pounder for his first defense, go back to Arizona, sell a shit ton of tickets, go to Vegas, sell some tickets or whatever. Everybody show up, pop up, have a successful event. And he fights some nigga that we know he gonna beat up in 6 rounds and just demolish. Callum Smith gonna come to fight. Callum Smith is a former champion. Callum Smith coming off a really good fight against Joshua Buatsi or whatever, where he put on a really good performance. Benavidez is a monster, bro. All pun intended. Mexican monster. Monster, period. monster boxer, whatever you want to call him, David Benavidez is him, bro. Now, a lot of people are saying that Dimitri Bivol is ducking David Benavidez. I got to give Dimitri Bivol the benefit of the doubt, bro, because he already had the Beterbiev fight on the table, and Beterbiev deserves his fight. You can't be saying nigga ducking Benavidez by fighting Beterbiev. We got to wait to see what happens next. We got to wait to see what happens next. Like, Benavidez get by Callum Smith. If Bivol beats Beterbiev, or if Beterbiev beats Bivol, and then the winner doesn't want to do business to make the Benavidez fight, then we'll have questions, because we see that Matchroom is working with Callum Smith and David Benavidez right now. So why can't they work for it with Benavidez and Bivol? We see that Top Rank is working with PBC like crazy. So why can't they do it for Beterbiev and Benavidez? So we'll get to find out really soon. Maybe next year what's happening. The thing I don't like about Beterbiev and Bivol, the thing I don't like about it is they're not talking about making that fight until later on in the year, bro. Like, that fight is like 8 or 9 months away. That shit makes me mad. Or 6 or 7 months away. Because there's no more cards that Riyadh season is doing in the summertime. They're not doing any more cards in the summertime other than what they got going on in May. And then their very next card will be the fall in September. So they got something in May. Riyadh season ain't doing shit in June, shit in July, shit in August. The busiest months in boxing, they don't have nothing planned for June, July, and August. Their next plan is not until Canelo and Crawford in October. So that's the first time Beterbiev and Bivol can fight. But are you gonna put Beterbiev and Bivol on the Crawford and Canelo undercard? I highly doubt it. So we probably looking at November, bro. We probably looking at November for that fight. And so I'm just wondering, as I sit here in front of y'all, I'm wondering out loud, y'all got any energy towards Riyadh season's lack of cards this year? Just a question. Shout out to my dog, the Butcher. He say if they waiting 7 months, why not get the $8 million PBC offer? Because they're beholden to Turkey. Because Eddie Hearn is beholden to Turkey because he done let Turkey come in there and run his whole goddamn company. Eddie Hearn said that they gave Turkey their word. Eddie Hearn said that they already had a contract. So he's not going to go against Turkey because Turkey been funding his Anthony Joshua endeavors. Turkey been funding all his endeavors with money or whatever. Hell, Eddie can't even come up with the money to put on Shakur Stevenson and Williams Zepeda by itself. So you take the money that PBC is offering, you piss Turkey off. Where does that leave your other fights, bro? That's why. And then Bivol, a lot of people feel like Benavidez is going to mop the floor with him. So now you lose all the belts. There's no value in the Beterbiev and Bivol fight. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, people ain't trying to risk certain relationships and certain money or whatever. In Bivol's mind, the Benavidez fight will always be there. Bivol is about 5-6 years younger than Beterbiev. Beterbiev is 40 years old, right? Benavidez is 27, 28 years old. In their mind, you take the Beterbiev fight. If you beat him, David Benavidez will always be there. If you take the Benavidez fight and you lose to Benavidez first, then you never get the Beterbiev fight, and now Benavidez is in position to fight Beterbiev. That's the answer to the question, bro. We got Antoine Gorman with the 2-piece, no biscuit in super chat. He say too many haters in the chat. KO Benavidez a dog. Facts, bro. We got Quay Bowles becoming a channel member. Appreciate you, Quay. Salute to you. Salute to you. Dante say they don't even need a third fight for real. I mean, I get that, bro, but Beterbiev does deserve it, right? Like, I get what you're saying in terms of entertainment value, in terms of we've already seen 24 rounds and they pretty much even, and we got an idea of how the third fight is going to play out. It's going to play out the same as the first two. It's just, can Beterbiev land that bomb? It's going to play out the same way as the first two. It's just, can Beterbiev land that bomb to hurt him and stop him? Other than that, the fight's going to look exactly the same. Benavidez, Bivol, is something that we ain't never seen before. Maybe later, Coda. Benavidez and Bivol, something you never seen before. So people want to, see something new. But on principle, though, Dante, Beterbiev deserves his shot. But David Benavidez shouldn't be made to wait. If they was doing what was really right for boxing, WBC would have already came out and ordered the two winners to fight each other next. But that's too much like right. If they was really doing what's right, they'd have said, hey, Benavidez don't have to wait on y'all, so we're going to take your belt, let Benavidez defend it, y'all do y'all thing, and we order the winners to fight each other next. But on principle, Beterbiev won the first fight, gave Bivol his rematch. Bivol won the second fight. Bivol got to get that man his rematch, bro. That's the right thing to do, in my opinion. Philly Bull, what's up, bro? Nicky McClam in the building. What's up? Judah Vision, what's up, bro? He said, C Smoke says, no, bro, Turkey setting up the rematch with Bivol and Canelo. They're trying to keep the belts away from PBC right now. I don't think Canelo will fight Bivol again. But then he might, if it's the last fight of that 4 or 5 fight deal. But if he fight, but see, here's the thing with that. If I'm Al Heyman in the PBC, everybody was making fun of Benavidez in that regular belt. He got that regular WBA too. I'm pressing the WBA to order that shit again. Okay, we had your shit ordered in the WBC. No problem. You got stripped. You ain't want the fight. You fought Beterbiev again. After his fight with Callum Smith and Bivol's fight with Beterbiev, I'm pressing on the WBA to order Benavidez versus Bivol too. Order that shit again. We gonna try to strip every fucking belt till you fight that man. Cause Canelo got at least 2 fights before he ever, before he ever think about going up to 175. He got this fight with Skull. He got the Crawford fight. Then he gonna probably take some time off until like February of the following year. So if I'm David Benavidez's team, I'm like, all right, bet. We're gonna do the Callum Smith title defense. We're gonna defend the WBC and our regular little WBA. And then right after that, if I'm Jose Benavidez Sr., his manager and father, if I'm Team PBC, we writing a letter to WBA the day after the Callum Smith fight. We want to be ordered to fight Dimitri Bivol after he gets done with Beterbiev. And then have the WBA order the winner of that fight to fight Benavidez in an undisputed fight. That's what I would do if I'm them. That's the move that they can make to try to make these dudes fight him. You don't let them play keep away. Rig, what up? You don't let them play keep away. Boxing and barbecue, what's good? That's what should be done, bro. On their part. It ain't Benavidez's team, and it ain't his job to care about the plans that Turkey got. Just like Turkey don't give a fuck about their plans. It's competition. Turkey don't give a fuck about them, so you don't give a damn about no Bivol or whatever. You force your way in, you kick that door down. Yeah, you can fight Canelo. It's going to be for 2 belts. And I'm going to have 2 belts. You going to fight me? Or you going to drop that goddamn belt? And everybody going to know y'all avoiding me. That's all Benavidez can do. When you in his position, you just keep fighting the best possible fights. And shit, if I'm him too, if I can get you stripped from the WBA, guess what I'm doing? Is there an IBF interim title I can fight for? Is there a WBO interim I can fight for? I'm trying to be the secondary champion in everybody. I'm the secondary and main champion in multiple fucking sanctioning bodies. I'm trying to get every fucking thing you got. Y'all gonna fight me. Y'all gonna fight me. Shout out to Emmanuel Carter, 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. Say absolutely nothing. Just showing love to the channel. What's good? Shout out to Nicky McClam, 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. It says, show some love. Hit the like button. Y'all listen up now. Do what she said. Tonovic said they need to get Morrell to become the IBF mandatory. That'd be fire too. That would be fire too. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. Just something to keep shit going, bro. Bella Faith in the building. Well, the WBC didn't call Benavidez Mando at 168, so they owe him. Yeah, facts. Facts. They protected the shit out of Canelo. They protected the shit out of Canelo. And people like that Canelo versus Bivol rumor, that's just assuming Canelo got dog in him. That's assuming that Canelo is willing to take on a tough ass fight against somebody that beat him and shit. And Canelo don't have my trust to do that. He'd have to show me with the way he behaved towards but the way he behaved towards Canelo, I mean towards Benavidez, bro. I don't trust in the way he behaved towards Bivol the first time after Bivol beat him. I don't trust Canelo to get back in the ring with no motherfucking Dimitri Bivol. He'd have to show me, bro. Paid in full. What's up, homie? He have to show me real shit. I'm not even bullshitting y'all. All right, moving on, man. Shakur fans, can we rap for a minute? Can we rap for a minute? I just want to know, like, as a Shakur Stevenson fan, why they offer Shakur Stevenson more money to fight in Saudi Arabia than what he got in America? Now, rumor has it on some real shit. Rumor has it that the reason they offered him less money to fight in America than in Saudi Arabia was because he got booed in Saudi Arabia. That's the rumor. He got booed in Saudi Arabia, so they offered him less money, and they kicked his ass out of Saudi Arabia because the people didn't want him back there no more. That's what the word on the street is. Like a fella, frequent fly. What's up with y'all? Word on the street is the reason that Turkey was like, nah, we ain't doing 2 fights in Saudi Arabia no more. Let's try to move your shit to New York, and I gotta pay you less money. It's because he got booed in Saudi Arabia, and they wasn't feeling Shakur out there in Saudi Arabia. That's what they said, bro. That's what they said, dog. I'm just saying, bro, like, they kicked his ass out. Turkey said, man, I ain't putting you on no more Saudi cards. Disrespecting my people. I'm kicking your ass back to America and then trying to pay him less money to fight in America. And then won't even negotiate the shit. He's like, this is what I'm paying. Nope. All right, bet. Shit, good luck. Y'all get the zone to put it on. Eddie, Oscar, good luck. Y'all do the shit y'all sell. We good over here. Remember when I told y'all, and Bob Abrams said, look, if you want the big money, you got to fight in Saudi Arabia, but I told y'all they was losing their money and losing their budget and shit. Y'all remember all them conversations we had about how Turkey's pulling the reins back and he ain't just giving away money for people to go to Saudi Arabia and shit no more. Remember that? And niggas was like, no, he put this card on. He doing this, he doing that. Well, how does it look now that Dana White is saying he only got 18 months left? That was at the beginning of this year for his Riyadh season shit. Then he's only going to be doing the TKO shit. Then when that fails, it's going to be over. Shout out to Big Dog Willie with the 2-piece in the super chat. Rumor has it Tank versus Jake Paul is next. I already cooked on that yesterday. Stay relevant, bro. I already talked about that yesterday. Bodied y'all on that yesterday. If you want to talk about that, just go watch that live stream and just put a bunch of comments in the comment section while you watching the live stream from yesterday, bro. Yeah. Let's do that. Shout out to Todd Draper with the 5-piece in super chat. KO, based on the conversation rate isn't the same because 1 = 3 in Saudi, so they can't just trick him. They just tricking him saying it's more. Conversion rate 1 = 3. Oh, you talking about like taxes or whatever? No, if he getting paid in US dollars, he getting paid in US dollars. They don't pay him in Saudi Arabian money. So I said conversation rate. That's what confused me. You said conversion, so I read it wrong. Truth. That's not even a fucking topic today. You niggas come here talking about Tank and Jake Paul. I talked about that already. I'm talking about these interviews. I talked about Boots and Jerron Boots Ennis. I'm talking about what Eddie Hearn said about Shakur Stevenson and Zepeda because he's on the interview tour since Boots is fighting. I'm being relevant. You're trying to go back to a conversation I already reported on and cooked on, and it's not going to work, bro. Back to what you said, though, Ty. He's getting paid US dollars. So whether he's fighting in Saudi Arabia or he's fighting in America, they say I'm paying you $4 million, then I'm paying you $4 million. Now, the tax implications and all that shit, I don't know nothing about. From like, if you get paid out of Saudi Arabia or whatever, do they got to take more taxes, less taxes? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Shout out to Desmond Johnson with the 5-piece. No biscuit super chat. We got start talking exchange rate when we talking about Saudi, because Saudi money don't equal American money. That is not the same. It sounds good though. Okay. What's up, Leon? I see you, bro. We got Big Dog Willie back in the super chat with the 5-piece. It's still relevant, just not the Tanky Maniacs channel, but I understand. Just not on the Tanky Maniacs channel, but I understand. Ain't no pain. See, bro, this is my problem with you niggas, and I hate talking to y'all about shit. What pain do I have as a Tank fan, bro? The fight I want, Lamont Roach, he's giving it to me. Being a dog and trying to right the wrong and making sure that you put a stamp on shit and make up for your best performance. I mean, for your worst performance, he's giving that to me immediately. Didn't have to sue a nigga, right? Didn't have to take 2 or 3 fights first. He's literally doing what the all-time greats did before him. He's doing what Lennox Lewis did with Rahman. He's doing what Floyd did in his questionable fights, bro. What pain is there? I'm proud of that young man, dog. The only people that's in pain is niggas that's trying to cook and criticize and go at some shit that's not even fucking happening. You the one that's sad, bro. You the one that seems like it's in pain. Why can't you talk about Tank and Lamont Roach when that's the fight that's actually happening? That's you in truth, and niggas like you, bro. You want to go at a nigga so bad, you want to criticize him for some shit that he didn't even do. You like a motherfucking police officer that's arresting a nigga for almost robbing a bank. You like a parent that whoops their child for almost cheating on a test but changing their mind and doing the right thing, nigga. That's you, bro. That's how you coming across right now. So y'all keep doing what y'all want, bro. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. You just making yourself look crazy. That's all. Nigga, Tank team said that the nigga is lying, bro. The same nigga source that I fucking have, bro. And this is the last time, nigga, you not hijacking my live stream, dog. I reported on this shit 2 times already, in a video and in a live stream. And I also reported on it. I also reported on this trainer shit from the exact same person. I'm not making shit up, nigga. No, nigga, my source. The same source on Wednesday night that told me Mustafa is not his fucking coach and that Tank was just there getting work. And then Mustafa does an interview 1 day later after my report saying that, no, I'm not Tank Davis's trainer. He was just here getting work. That nigga. You can believe it or not believe it. I don't give a fuck. That's what I was told. And then I explained to you why I actually believe it. And I'm not doing it again, bro. I'm not doing it again. Go watch yesterday's live stream, bro. I gave you a timeline of my reporting. I'm telling you why I trust the reporting, because the nigga's never been inaccurate to me before. He has a real relationship with Tank Davis. A real one. If you know, you know. Just go look at the interviews I've done on this channel. That's all you got to do. And then you can put the context clues together, dog. So I'm telling you what it is. Then I'm telling you, hey, this is the same person I reached out to in this situation, and he was accurate. So why would he be lying to me about this? Y'all niggas just cooked out here, bro. It's fine. It's fine, bro. Do your thing. Anyway, back to Shakur Stevenson. See, niggas, why don't y'all like talking about Shakur, bro? Why do niggas get so enamored with only talking about Tank, bro? We talk about Tank a lot on this channel. We're going to talk about him later. Nigga. Stop typing. Stop typing, bro. Stop fucking typing in my comment section, bro. Stop typing, bro. Stop typing. If this is what you want, stop typing, bro. Just fucking stop typing. Just hit the fucking link, bro. Just hit the goddamn link, dog. Just hit the fucking link and get it off, bro. Just hit the link. Hit the fucking link, bro. Hit the fucking link, dog. Damn, nigga, what's up, bro?
Man, what's up, KO? What's going on? Hope you and yours are doing good, man. What's going on, man?
You tell me, bro. What did I like? What did I say about this situation that you agree with?
I'm not, hey, man, I'm just saying everything that has happened to the lead up would point that Tank and Jake were talking. It would point to that. Like I said, but I'm not like you got your sources saying otherwise. I'm not here to discredit that because he has said some factual things. I'm just saying what my two eyes see. And then you
Do
have
your
Jake Paul himself coming out saying that they were in negotiations.
do,
So
do your two eyes see that Jake Paul outweighs Tank Davis by 100 pounds?
100%.
Okay. And this is the same Tank Davis that weight drains opponents and he got to fight at catch weights and shit because he not really like that. He do all that shit, niggas say, right?
Right, but those were
So
like
the same nigga,
enormous B
so the same
sides.
nigga that'll do all that, the same nigga that'll do all that will get in the ring with a nigga that outweigh him by 100 pounds.
Right, but those were enormous B sides. They had no
This the
say in
same.
nothing.
This the
Jake
same Tank
Paul,
Davis. This same Tank Davis only care about his money, right? He
yeah,
don't
and
give
he
a fuck
would
about
make the
legacy.
most
He
of
only
it
care
with
about his money,
Jake.
right? He make a shit ton of money fighting Jake, right?
Yeah,
More money fighting Jake Paul than he would get in the Lamont Roach rematch, right?
100%.
And if he lose to Lamont Roach and look like shit against Lamont Roach, then that Jake Paul fight would be off the table, right?
Yeah, oh, it would definitely be off. Even Jake said that.
So he had the Jake Paul fight. He don't give a fuck about nothing but money. He make way more money fighting Jake Paul, but instead of that, he's risking losing to Lamont Roach in a rematch and fucking up that money altogether.
Well,
That's
Jake
what.
Paul said he got to go get that. Jake said he got to go get that. That wasn't Tank's
Get the
doing.
fuck out of here,
Tank was
bro.
still at the press conference
So
saying that we can
Tank
rematch. It
Davis
just
is
won't
fighting
be
Lamont
immediately.
Roach in a rematch. Tank Davis is fighting Lamont Roach in a rematch because Jake Paul said so.
Literally at the press conference, Tank was like, "Yeah, we can rematch. It just won't be immediately." They already had plans for him. Like that's what Tank
Yes,
immediately said,
100%. They already had plans for him.
and that plans was standing there in his dressing room at the
No,
fight, ready. That was the plan.
that plan was actually Keyshawn Davis, which is why Keyshawn Davis is only fighting 2 weeks before Tank, and he's fighting the Southpaw and he's fighting Edwin De Los Santos. They're trying to build the Keyshawn Davis fight. They're trying to build the Lomachenko fight. PBC and Top Rank are doing a lot of business together, bro. The Jake Paul shit is bullshit, fam. Nigga is trolling y'all. Tom Brown just did an interview, smiled and said, well, hey, if Jake said that, whatever. Like, niggas is fucking with you, bro. The same nigga, like, this is why it don't make sense, bro. Number one, I got my report, right? And that's fine. You ain't got to believe it. But this is where I'm coming from, truth. And listen to me, bro. The same nigga that weight drains opponents, that puts people on rehydration clause, that's so scared of nigga size, is about to fight a nigga 100 pounds bigger than him. The same nigga that only cares about money is turning down a fluke ass fight for way more money for a real fight that could ruin the fluke ass fight. Because let's keep it real, bro. Jake Paul will negotiate in this contract when niggas can't knock each other out. He'll hug you in the ring with Mike Tyson and shit and doing all of this shit, bro. All of this shit. You think that he won't make a deal with Tank Davis if that shit was really on the table where they just agree to bullshit and rob us all of our money? Yes, he'd be willing to do that shit because he did it multiple times already with Fury and fucking Mike Tyson and all that shit, bro. So Tank Davis has turned that easy bag down where he ain't got to do nothing for a tough ass fight that would fuck that bag up. That shit don't make no sense, bro. None of that shit goes together. The same team that was negotiating for him to fight your guy, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division champion, former unified champion, they were in final negotiations with him. They trying to make that fight. They reaching out to Shakur Stevenson. They reaching out to Keyshawn Davis. They doing all this shit. But at the same time, that's the same team, the same nigga that's willing to fight a circus fluke fight with Jake Paul. The shit don't make sense, bro. This shit makes absolutely no sense no matter how you slice it or dice it, fam. on top of everything I just gave you, the nigga that's in Tank Davis's camp, that's closer to him than any nigga that you know or any other content creator know, is saying that's a fucking lie. What weight class would they even fight at? Tank wasn't about to fight no fucking Jake Paul. He was gonna call out who I told you he was gonna call out. And as I told y'all, that name was Keyshawn Davis, bro. And Keyshawn is on camera saying, follow both of our careers. I definitely know he want to fight me. Yes, his team reached out to my team about the possibility of making a fight this year. Follow both of our careers. Bob Arum told you, yes, I was at the Tank Davis fight because we were looking into Tank Davis fighting some of our fighters. He looks regular in that fight, but we're talking about PBC fighting Tank Davis fights and a bunch of other fights. And then Tom Brown just comes out and tells you that O'Shaquie Foster and Stephen Fulton is done. All of that shit. But you're going to believe a troll and a clown and a person that's always manipulating the media and Jake Paul. Believe what you want, bro. I'm just telling you what I'm telling you.
No, I got you, KO. Like, I believe there's facts all around, and we're just trying to do the best with the information that we see. However, why was Jake Paul there? Why was Jake Paul in his locker room? Like
Because he
that,
was already negotiating. He was
Jake Paul
already
does not do
negotiating with
that.
PBC, and they were trying to make the Canelo fight for him, bro. And he got a big name. Why would he not? Why would you not be at a Tank fight? Tank brings stars out, bro.
What other fight have you seen Jake Paul at?
What other fighter out of
And
America is popular is Tank Davis,
same
bro.
person that is admittedly in negotiations with Tank, that Tank himself has called out, and they're saying that they've been negotiating.
Pitbull Cruz was at the fight. Many other fighters, Caleb Plant was at the fight. That means Tank about to fight them too.
That's a former Tank opponent, and that's a
So
former Tank
everything.
opponent.
So let's wrap it up. Everything I just gave you, your only retort is Jake Paul was at the fight.
No, I'm continuing with what I was going to say. You're stopping right midstream. But like I said, Pitbull, they were fighters at 140 that was there, that potential opponents that he may have faced. So that he's an actual boxer. Jake Paul, that has nothing to do unless he's either there, like you said, maybe to clout chase, maybe to do whatever. However, if you have Tank Davis calling him out
No, bro,
on top of,
it is all to deflect because he has a good relationship with PBC. PBC had him the Canelo fight. He could be doing them a favor because they don't want you to know Tank's plans, bro. If you know, think about it, bro. If you know his plans or whatever, then that's not how they move. They're very strategic. So let's throw them off. Let's do this. Let's do that. So that the world don't know his plans. Tank ain't finna tell. These niggas ain't finna tell you, yeah, Lamont Roach. And then I was gonna fight Keyshawn. And then I was gonna fight Loma. Or I was gonna fight Loma. Then I was gonna fight Keyshawn. They're not gonna tell you the real. So it was a nigga that came in the locker room. When one of the niggas that came in the locker room is a fucking Disney star that outweighs him by 100 pounds. Another nigga that came in the locker room is a dude that he promised he would never fight again and still hasn't fought him. So, like, come on, bro. Like, nigga, understand what's going on. These niggas ain't gonna tell you what's up 6-7 months out unless you got a good source that's highly accurate that you can prove and you have a relationship with them. I just so happen to have one, bro. And I work my ass off to get that shit for y'all. I work my ass off to make sure that I'm giving y'all accurate information. And then I show you how I'm proving right. I told you were in the chat, I believe, on Wednesday night when I said Mustafa's not this nigga coach. He was just getting work with the nigga. I texted my source in real time and gave you the information. The information was proven to be right 24 hours later, and you niggas still don't believe me?
It's
Crazy
not about
to me,
not
dog.
believing. It's about, okay, this situation looks this way. Especially if you have your fighter saying, you have Tank Davis saying the exact same thing, Jake Paul confirming it. Like, I believe the source. We believe they may be going to Lamont, but we're not going to sit here and say that Jake and Tank weren't talking. We can't deny that.
They 100% were not talking, bro. They were not talking about
so
making
Jake
a fight.
Paul's lying.
Yes, bro.
So when will Tank come out and refute that report like he has when other people said this and this happened? When will he come out and say that?
Very soon.
Okay. Well,
very soon. All I can tell you, subscribe to the channel and make sure your notifications on.
Hey, that's cold. That's a nice plug. I like that.
That's all I can tell you. Subscribe to the channel, make sure your notifications on.
Oh,
That's all I can tell you.
You know Maz is on. You talking to them, but yeah, I
Yeah,
got you.
subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Let me get back to the show though, bro.
Yeah, no,
Salute to
you
you.
good. You good. I just wanted to come mess with you a little bit.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, let me see. Back to where I was. You niggas ain't gonna make me lose my plate. I see you in the building, Beezy. What's up with you? Why is Shakur Stevenson getting less money to fight in America than Saudi Arabia? And why was he lying when he said that they didn't have no fight for that boy in May? Hmm? Hmm? I just want to know, bro. I just want to know these questions. The answer to these questions. Why in the world does he get more money fighting in Saudi Arabia than his own fucking country? Shout out to my dog New Orleans band with the 5-piece and super chat. Man, these dudes just talk to be talking. Y'all can't F with KO. They all know it. It's fun. It's child's play sometimes. Now, moving on from that, niggas ain't really got no answer, so I'm gonna move on because I want to talk about how Eddie gonna get this Shakur and Zepeda fight to the finish line. Eddie ain't got no money. Eddie has to go to the zone to try to get the money for this fight. Eddie fucked up, as I told y'all yesterday, when he tried to make Shakur Stevenson and Zepeda after the fight was already ordered. And he do this shit a lot. He should have got Jerron Boots Ennis versus Karen to the finish line. He didn't. Karen's team won the fucking purse bid, and then he had to try to negotiate to make sure Boots didn't have to defend his goddamn belt in Germany. Fast forward, he knew there was trouble in paradise with Turki Al-Sheikh and Shakur Stevenson when Turki wanted to put the fight in New York and offer Shakur less money, but he waited for the WBC to order the fight before he tried to go to the zone to see if the zone would put on the fight for Matchroom and Golden Boy. The only way he's going to get this fight to the finish line is if he come out of his pocket his damn self. And he better hope Oscar De La Hoya and William Zepeda and their team don't decide, nah, we'll just let it go to purse bid. Because we know Eddie Hearn, who's supposed to have all of this money, all of this backing from the zone, we both know that man is notorious for losing purse bids. And the last thing Shakur Stevenson needs is for Eddie Hearn to lose a purse bid to Oscar De La Hoya and have that fight as a Golden Boy fight. This is a huge moment for Shakur Stevenson, and it only shows and compounds the fact that I was right the entire fucking time when I told y'all signing to Eddie Hearn in Matchroom was one of the biggest mistakes of Shakur Stevenson's career. Because now Eddie is in the crosshairs. If he don't get this fight done, he could lose the purse bid to Oscar De La Hoya. He could lose the fucking purse bid. And he's uncomfortable with it going to purse bid because he's already going to the zone. He's uncomfortable making the fight himself, so he's going to the zone. What happened to all this money that Eddie Hearn had, bro? Niggas been so hoodwinked and bamboozled talking about how the PBC is broke. They ain't got no money. They ain't got this. Eddie can't even put on, let's just keep it 100. He can't even put on a regular championship fight without having somebody help him. He need Turki to put the offer up. Now he got to go to the zone. Where's his budget at? The zone got him on a short lease? The zone got him on a short lease? What the fuck is going on? I'm telling y'all, bro. Shakur need to just lower his expectations and just take whatever they can come up with for the fight. If they say they only got this, if they say they only got that, he just need to take that shit, bro. And get the fuck away from Eddie Hearn because they are running a play on your boy, Breezy. They're running a play on him, Breezy. A horrible play, a horrific play that's going to end with him either dropping his belt because they lowball the fuck out of him in that purse bid, or he's going to end up fighting on the Golden Boy card with everything stacked against him. And they fuck around and make him defend his title in Mexico, bro. He'd be in Cancun, bro. Mexico City or some shit. Down there in Guadalajara or some shit, fighting for his goddamn life. Straight up. KO, there are no promotions where you fight at least twice a year. The PBC would have had that man fight maybe one fight, if that. As a matter of fact, all they offered was one fight. Remember, yeah, the fight that he claimed he wanted the most. He only has one fight with Eddie. So why is Eddie talking about we want Zepeda, then we gonna go do this next? We want Zepeda, then we trying to get the Tank fight done. What you mean, bro? If he only got one fight with Eddie, go tell Eddie that, bro. Don't type it in my comment section, bro. Yeah, don't type it in my comment section. Go to Eddie Hearn just gave an interview, right? Where he was talking about they about to do Zepeda. Then they want to go Then they want to go try to make the Tank fight. Like, why Eddie talk? Like, go tell Eddie, hey, bro, stop talking about Shakur past this one fight because he only got one fight left with you. Go tell Eddie that. You ain't got to tell me that shit in my comment section, Beezy. Go tell Eddie that because that nigga acting like he got Shakur for the foreseeable future. That's, hey, go do that, bro. Go do that shit. You typing at the wrong person, homie. You talking to the wrong person, bro. Go tell Eddie Hearn that. Don't tell me that. Tell Eddie that. And I understand you want to talk to me about Tank or whatever. I'm talking about this Shakur and Zepeda fight. How do we get this shit to the finish line? You said you don't care who he fight. If he don't fight Zepeda, he getting stripped. So we trying to get this Shakur versus Zepeda shit popping, bro. I don't care nothing about comparing Shakur to Tank right now. I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson getting this fucking fight done, bro. Boxing with 2-4, what's up? I want to talk about how he signed to a promoter who he says is the best promoter in boxing, and that nigga can't even get this nigga a fight without potentially going to purse bid. He already done ran through his whole DAZN budget. Why this nigga got to go to DAZN in the first place? Like, I got so many questions, and I'm having to ask him over and over again, and niggas won't answer them, bro. We got S Field, 04 with the 5-piece. No biscuit in super chat. If Golden Boy gets the Shakur versus Zepeda fight, they'll have them fighting in a Fisher Price playpen where Shakur will have to fight in the pocket. Facts, bro. Facts. Todd Draper with the 5-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. People are missing the big picture with Shakur. Sometimes it's about the opportunity, not the money, because the opportunity will bring more money if you are successful. Boy, I ain't contradicting shit. You just deflecting and running from the conversation that's being had. Why do niggas listen, y'all? I got love for all y'all, but y'all are making a real big habit of coming over here trying to have conversations that I'm not having, bro. Truth just did it with the Tank and Jake Paul shit. I already had that conversation yesterday. And you want to talk about Tank and Shakur and compare them, nigga. Tank has Lamont Roach problems right now. Shakur got Zepeda problems, my nigga. Talk about that shit, fam. Why don't you want to talk about this Eddie Hearn blunder? I'm trying to take up for your mans, bro. Eddie Hearn is trashing that boy. Eddie Hearn's plan was to make money off your boy, put his ass in Saudi Arabia and collect a motherfucking check off of him and not invest in him. He don't even want to invest in him right now. He calling the fight big. He's saying it could be a big fight. Shakur needs this fight. But he ain't even willing to put no money up for it. He trying to go to DAZN to get the money. Please, Beezy, just one comment about what I'm talking about, bro. I don't push narratives. I tell the truth. Nice try. Quit deflecting, bro, and talk to me about Eddie Hearn and how trash he is. Can you just say, yeah, Eddie trash, KO? Yeah, that shit shouldn't go to purse bid, KO. Yeah, Shakur should just take the offer, KO. Yeah, Shakur made a bad move by not taking Turkey offer, KO. Can you just say that? Can you just talk to me about the predicament your boy is in? Can you just talk to me about why the fuck he the champion, but Zepeda and his team got all the leverage? This nigga Eddie put in Jay Prince and Josh Dubin taking all this money out this nigga pocket, and they put him in a position where Oscar De La Hoya and Zepeda can just say, nah, we'll wait for the purse bid. Go ahead. Good luck getting the money from the zone. Go ahead. Good luck getting money from the zone. We'll wait for purse bid. We was ready to take Turkey off. Your guy's the one that fucked up. We'll wait for purse bid. Yeah, we'll wait for that. And then beat the shit out of him in the purse bid. Because Eddie don't want to put no money up for the fight. Yeah. In a horrible fucking position. And now you niggas is nervous because he gonna have to be everything y'all say he is. Like my dude S Field said, they about to try to put this nigga in a 2x2 ring. Is he though? Eddie is the one right now pushing for the fight to happen. Is he, Teach? Is he, Teach? Why is he pushing for the fight to happen? He's not a fighter. He's not a manager. He's a fucking promoter, bro. He's a fucking promoter. He can just make the fight happen. Just put the money up. Book a venue and make the fight happen. Why he got to go? First the nigga go, this is how you know he don't really want to make the fight. He goes to Turkey. Turkey says, this is what I can offer. Shakur turns it down. Now he's going to the zone and shit. How about he go into his fucking pocket, bro? Shakur is pushing for the fight to happen. So why didn't he just take the deal and be fighting this nigga in May then? Zapata team took the deal that was offered up in May. Why didn't he just take the deal? Why are they negotiating anyway? He's the one that turned the shit down, bro. You can't say a nigga pushing for something he turned down. It don't make sense, fam. He pushing for the fight. The reason that they even have to go to the zone, the reason that the shit might even go to motherfucking purse bid is because Shakur turned down the offer, bro. You can't tell me a nigga pushing for something that he turned down, bro. Beezy, who turned down Turkey offer? Was it Zapata or Shakur? Just answer the question, bro. Hate content, no, truth content. Answer the question, bro. You niggas is out here bad right now. Answer the question, bro. Answer the question. Who turned down Turkey offer? Shakur or Zapata, bro? Thank you for telling the truth, Teach. Beezy. Beezy. Okay. So how is it if Zapata accepted the offer and Shakur turned down the offer, who don't want to fight who? Who don't want to fight? Who don't want to fight who? Like, nigga, you don't make no sense, bro. Contract on the table. One nigga signed and ready to go. The other nigga didn't sign. How is the nigga that signed the one that don't want to fight? You niggas is crazy. Y'all's logic, bro. Bad out here. Shout out to my dog, Tunnel Vision. 5-piece. No biscuit in the super chat. Why Shakur need big upfront money? He did 340,000 pay-per-views. Get your money from pay-per-view and gate. Just give Zapata the upfront money. Shakur, a pay-per-view star. My dog Damon Wesson says the A-side gets to pick the ring size. Eddie has spent over $1 billion at the zone. Well, at least he did get boots unification. Yeah, no. And that's the tricky position, right? That's why it's so important for Eddie to make sure Matchroom is the lead promoter. That's why it's so important, Damon, for them not to go to purse bid and let Golden Boy win the purse bid and get this fight done. Because if Golden Boy wins the purse bid, it's their event. All they are beholden to is paying whatever they want. So if they put the purse bid for $2 million or $3 million or whatever, all they're responsible for is giving Shakur his 70% or whatever they agree to, 70-30, whatever, for the purse bid. Everything else, Damon, they get to pick. So they get to pick the size of the ring. They get to pick the card. Hell, they could piss Shakur off, and if they think it'll give their guy an advantage, they can make Shakur the first fight on the card against Zapata. That's why that purse bid shit, bro, is not good. That's why they got to get this fight done. They got less than a month to get it done, bro. And every day they go by where they don't get it done, Damon, It's going to be bad for Shakur and his team because you don't want to put Oscar De La Hoya in a position to where his side is picking everything because it's going to all be in favor of Zepeda. They get to pick the location. That like Matchroom needs to win the purse bid. Eddie needs to get this shit to the finish line with Matchroom as the lead promoter. Even if it is a co-promotional shit, that shit need to be a Matchroom event. Just like this boot tennis and standing on this fight is a Matchroom event, so too does the Shakur and Zepeda fight. Think about it. I'm not just making shit up. In it, boot tennis versus standing on this. Matchroom is the lead promoter, so guess what? Nigga, the fight's in Atlantic City because that's closer to Jerron Boots in his hometown. Matchroom versus Stanionis. Matchroom is the lead promoter. Nigga, Raymond Ford is the co-main event because he's a Matchroom fighter and we building him up. Once you are the lead promoter, you get to do whatever you want. It's specifically true when it's a purse bid situation because Stanionis' team at least was smart enough to negotiate the fight and maybe they were able to get some concessions. But if you go to purse bid and it's not negotiated, all that entity owes you is the fucking money that they promise you in the purse bid. After that, they can do whatever the fuck they want, bro. From ring size to where you at on the card to the location of the fight. All that shit, bro. Might wanna get this shit done, bro. Might want to get that shit done, Eddie. Tim Carey, not Jim Carrey. 5-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. He say, salute, bro. Teach, that would be the dumbest shit ever, and he be ducking. Because if you turn down the fight, because it's going to be later in the year, and you end up getting yourself stripped all because you wanted to fight in the summertime, nigga, you better just wait and fight later in the year. You don't turn down, like, bro, there's no turning down. If he don't fight Zepeda, he's getting stripped. And Zepeda will not be the one to bite first because he's not the one that care about the money, bro. That's why I'm saying by taking it to purse bid, Eddie fucked up all of Shakur's leverage, bro. Whatever little leverage he had, Eddie fucked it up by letting him turn down Turkey offer and not having a backup plan for his fighter, bro. If you knew he was unhappy with Turkey's offer, you should have already had a backup plan to make the fight because now you fucked up all of his momentum and all of his leverage in the situation. Because now this nigga can just wait because Shakur cares about the money. He's the one that has way more people in his pocket than Zepeda does. He got to pay Josh Dubin. He got to pay Jay Prince. He got to pay them niggas, bro. And Eddie Hearn selfishly is like, if I put the event on, let me tell y'all something. He feels like he can't make no money off Shakur, bro. So he don't want to put no money up for the fight, fam. Because he knows if he puts money up for the fight, and I think I was lagging a little bit. I was trying to get my camera together. If he puts up money for the fight, then now he's at the risk of losing money. Eddie was trying to be slick, and he's still trying to be slick by going to the zone. He's trying to get the fight done in a way where Matchroom has no risk because he don't believe he can make no money off Shakur. And so in doing so, he's fucking up Shakur's leverage because he really don't care about him, bro. He really don't care about him, Teach. And in doing so, he's putting that boy in a precarious situation. BZ, I want Shakur to win. So Tank Davis can knock his ass the fuck out. You got the wrong one, but that's enough on this topic, bro. I got other topics to cover. I do want to say, though, I hope that Shakur gets the fight done and that it's on an even playing field. My worry is, just like my worry was, and niggas always doubt me, when he signed the Matchroom and niggas was talking Zepeda was his mandatory. Remember, he signed to Matchroom when Zepeda was his mandatory. And I told y'all months ago, the nigga gonna have to go through Oscar De La Hoya to get that fight. He should, as a free agent, he should have just negotiated with Oscar De La Hoya directly. Because by going to Eddie Hearn, Oscar don't want to do business with Eddie Hearn. He's fucking up that fight and making it hard for him to get that fight. Fast forward to today, he's going to have to negotiate with Oscar De La Hoya to get that fight. And he'd have a far more favorable negotiation. He'd be far less in the trick bag if he would have just negotiated with Oscar De La Hoya directly. Now, Oscar De La Hoya and William Zepeda got Eddie Hearn and Shakur by the balls because they don't give a fuck about the money. And when you don't give a fuck about the money, you can play these purse bid games. You can play these games of just waiting it out because Shakur don't want to go to purse bid. His team don't want people to know that don't nobody really give a fuck about him, that ain't nobody going to bid on the fight, that he's not highly sought after, that all these people that supposedly want Shakur, when they have an opportunity to get a Shakur and Zepeda fight, they not even going to bid on the fucking fight. PBC won't be dropping a bid. Top Rank won't be dropping a bid. The only two people that's going to really drop a bid will be Golden Boy or Matchroom. They don't want that, bro. And Eddie Hearn is showing his true colors, which is why Black American fighters stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. And Damon makes a good point. If Zepeda misses out on the Shakur fight, he's still number one in the WBA. If Shakur is the one to pull away, Shakur gets stripped. He's in between a rock and a hard place, bro. Hopefully they get that shit done. Moving on, bro. On that card, real quick, Eddie did say that if they get that fight done, Golden Boy versus Matchroom 5-on-5, that shit would be fire. I think that'd be great. I don't know why they weren't trying to do this shit already without Turkey. Just more bullshit from Eddie Hearn. One more thing, too, about this situation. I spoke on it briefly. I want to know why Eddie Hearn still has plans for Shakur Stevenson after this Zepeda fight when Shakur only has one fight left on his deal. I can't help but wonder, does he really only have one fight left on his deal? Or is he signed to Eddie longer than what he's leading people to believe? Remember, I told y'all, I heard he had way more than just one fight left on his deal. We're going to see who right, see who wrong. Soon enough, sometime this year, somebody will be eating crow. Now let's move on to the Tom Brown conversation. Let's move on to the Tom Brown conversations. Tom Brown also, who represents Imantas Stanionis and Premier Boxing Champions, he was at, shout out to Big Dog Willie with the 2-piece and super chat. I think Tank and Paul can do 100 million guaranteed. Agreed? Oh, you about to go? Hold on, y'all. I think they could do big numbers, but thank God we ain't getting that fucking fight. We're never getting that fight. So, yeah, they do numbers. But who gives a fuck about numbers when it's a circus bullshit ass fight? Back to what I was saying though about. Oh no, I'm done with that. So Tom Brown also did an interview, and Tom Brown said that listen, PBC and Top Rank, we working on fights together, and he confirmed that Stephen Fulton versus Foster is what's next. So Cool Boy Steph will be going up to 130 to challenge O'Shaquie Foster and try to become a 3-division champion. Remember, I told y'all the card that I heard for Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Remember, I heard Tank versus Roach 2, Alberto Puello versus Gary Antoine Russell Part 2, this Fulton versus O'Shaquie Foster fight, and the Bruce Shushu Carrington versus Ray Vargas fight. That was the card that was told to me. Okay, so this is a domino that I think is dropped, and Tom Brown said that it's already done between Fulton and Foster. So that's lit. That's a damn good card, and this right here is a good fight. And talk about a resurgence, right? And this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, yes, Fulton got his ass beat up by Monster anyway, but he since then came back, beat Brandon Figueroa. He's about to fight O'Shaquie Foster. And this is what boxing is about. Fulton is a dog. I love his resume. I love the way that he's bouncing back. And that's why we love the sport, bro. That's why we watch the sport. And so this idea that people have because a fighter takes a loss or a fighter has a tough fight or a draw or whatever, that's cool as long as you handle it the right way. And handling it the right way is getting back up. In the case of Fulton, nobody wanted to see a rematch with no goddamn Monster anyway because he beat you so clearly. But you can still get up, beat other fighters, become champion again, and now look at him fighting to become a 3-division, former unified champion. If he does that, he'll have the exact same accolades as a Lomachenko. The exact same accolades right now as a Shakur Stevenson, who too are both 3 division champions and former unified champions. So he'll be in a very, very rare company. So you got to get that man props for being able to build himself back up and get this shit done. So that's gonna be good. Now, Tom Brown says that Tank will be making his announcement on Tank vs. Roach 2 very soon. That he'll be making that decision, that announcement very, very soon. As I said, if the fight's gonna be June 21st, we should be getting an announcement sometime next week. If they're gonna fight on June 21st, as previously reported, the announcement should come sometime this week, because you need at least 2 months to build up to the fight. And if you're looking at how things are going, Keyshawn Davis fighting June 7th. They just announced that shit last week. You always get these announcements 2 months, maybe a little longer than 2 months out before the fight. And then specifically, a fight of this magnitude, 8 weeks out makes sense because they just fought and it's still fresh. They fought in March and then fighting again in June. About 2 month runway to get the fight announced. My clock is, I'm thinking the fight is getting pushed back if we don't have an announcement before like April 21st. April 21st, April 22nd, then I'm thinking, okay, they're not fighting in June. They probably got to be fighting in July or something. But Tom Brown says that is what is next for Tank, that Tank vs. Roach 2 is coming, and that Tank will be the one making that announcement. That goes along the line with what Lamont Roach said in his interview with Andre Ward. He said that Andre Ward, bye baby. He said that Andre Ward was I'm not Andre Ward. He said that they were just waiting on the other side to announce it. They just waiting on Tank and them to announce it. Tom Brown said the exact same thing. So looks like that's what we're getting. That's what everyone that I know that's a Tank Davis fan wanted. That's what a lot of boxing fans wanted, and that's what a lot of boxing fans said Tank Davis would not do. Remember, after the fight, he was told, "Oh, you won't fight him. He exposed you. You won't go back into a rematch. He's gonna move on. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that." Well, Tank Davis is proving a lot of people wrong by taking the fight, and then he'll have the opportunity to prove a lot of people wrong by performing well in the fight. And remember, there was a lot of people, some of you in this fucking chat right now, oh, he always fight like that. He was the same Tank that he always is. He just can't do this with Lamont. Lamont is just better. Tank is just overhyped. He's this, he's that. Well, I see a lot of nervous energy. And Rick Timms, what's up, dog? I see a lot of people that didn't really want to push for this rematch to happen. And I think it stems from the fact that now you got to truly stand on what you said. Me, I'm ready to stand on it. I want to see the fight. I'm ready to talk my shit. I believe that nigga was really not his full self. I believe he'll be even better in a rematch. And he'll do that boy dirty in the rematch. I believe all of that shit. Looks like he believes it too. And for those of you that don't, tune into the rematch and watch Tank Davis get exposed. For those of you that don't, tune into the rematch and watch Lamont Roach whoop his ass. So salute to Tank Davis, bro. I don't give a fuck how many times I gotta say it. I don't give a fuck how many times y'all don't like to hear it. Salute to him for being a dog and going right back to some shit that people said he wouldn't do. Salute to him for being a dog and taking the toughest performance of his career and trying to get right back to it immediately, bro. Immediately. Because a lot of your favorite fighters are unwilling to do that. We never got to see Lomachenko versus Orlando Salido Part 2. Never got to see it. We never got to see Canelo Alvarez get back in the ring with Erislandy Lara. Never got to see it, bro. We never got to see it. No Curtis, he did not switch trainers. That guy Mustafa is not his trainer. I reported on it on Wednesday, and then Mustafa confirmed the report on Thursday. So yeah, he is not switch trainers, bro. Anyway, that's all I got. Let's drop the link and have an open panel, shall we? Where we at on the likes, man? We got 330 people in here. Where we at on the likes, bro? Big Dog Willie with the 2-piece in super chat says, congrats to Tank, get his revenge against Lamont Roach. Yeah, congrats to him, bro. Go get your get back against Lamont Roach. All right. What's up? Where we at on the likes, man? Lil Reese says we didn't get to see Shakur versus Edwin too. Shakur said he wanted that fight. He said he wanted that rematch. Then he changed his mind. Where we at on the likes, y'all? I need to know how many likes we got, man. Where we at on the likes, bro? Let's get a like check going. 219. Let's try to get the 250 real quick, and then I'll drop the link, man. Let's get the 250, then I'll drop the link, bro. Smash the like button if you haven't already. We got 342 people in here, and we only got 219 likes. That is not good enough. We got to get the 250. Tiger, I hear you, Tiger. I hear you, dog. My dog Damon say 291 people. You might want to refresh your shit, bro. Yeah, I better come on up him now. KO, you see 338. You see 338 likes? Yeah, nah, you right. You right. I'm talking about these likes, though. We got to get these likes, though. I understand everybody can't donate to the channel, man. Everybody can't hit that super chat. Everybody can't hit that cash app. But what y'all can do is hit that like button, because that shit free as a bird. That shit super free. We up to 233. I just need 17 people to hit the like button one time, man. GD, what up? GD, what's good, bro? Yep, like button free the motherfucker, man. $236? Nah, we gotta get 14 more, man. I'm trying to talk some boxing with y'all. Seem like y'all don't even want to talk boxing with your boy. 250 is the number, damn it. 11 of y'all hit the like button. Stop watching my shit in the shadow, man. Yeah, you can't come out and play till you clean your room. Facts, boxing and barbecue. Key say boots for the win. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight tonight, boy. I can't wait, boy. They moving like vampires right now. Yeah, they moving slow as hell right now. 246 said my dog Day Day. What up, Day Day? I ain't know you were here, bro. Curtis, that's the number of people in the show. 7 people left. They're like, I ain't hitting it. Like, but man, fuck this KO. F you too then. We just need 3 more likes and then I'm rocking. I'm dropping this link. Kenny say we had 250. Kenny, we had 250. Brian King, B Falcone. What's up, big dog? All right, Billy say we had 251. All funny say we at 250. All right, let's get to it, man. Link in the chat, bro. Y'all come on up here and kick it with your boy, man. Marshawn, what's up, Marshawn? What's good with you? I see a couple y'all backstage. Give me a sec. Need a betting app. BetUS. BetUS is who I use, man.
Yo.
What's good with y'all, man?
Yo,
What's happening with y'all?
What's up with you, bro?
Chilling.
What's
How
up,
y'all
A?
boys doing, man?
Chilling.
yeah, we chilling. It's been a minute since I jumped up on here, but I'll be listening though.
Bro,
Already. Y'all panels open, man. You know, we got plenty of topics to cover. I'll let y'all boys get into it. We'll see if a few debates don't break out and we don't, agree or whatever.
bro,
We just gonna have fun, man. I got some time today. So what's up with y'all, man? What y'all got for the show, bro?
we need that Zepeda Shakur fight. Like,
That should
he
not
needs
happen.
that shit, bro. No?
I
I
don't
just
think it's
hopped
gonna
on
happen.
right now. Like, I seen you live, so I popped in. You dropped the link.
Yes, sir.
I,
Yes, sir. What you say, Isaiah?
Me personally, I don't think that shit's gonna happen because I mean, how they talking about Turkey the savior when he don't even want the fight and he ain't even want to go to purse bid for it. So now, I don't know what Shakur thought he was gonna get off this shit. I mean, maybe he thought he was gonna get 10 million, 8 million. I only see them getting
Sick.
if this purse bid do happen, I only see them getting 4 million.
He ain't getting 4 million in
And,
a
and
purse
you
bid.
and you oh man, if Turkey himself went down on the offer just because he was gonna fight in the States, what makes you think it ain't gonna be 4 million?
I don't think it's gonna be 4 million. I think that shit gonna be like 2 million, 2.1 or something
Nah,
like that.
I would think that, but I think that's too low.
Nah.
Considering it would be a 70-30 split. But you already know Oscar De La Hoya gonna pay the well. He's gonna bless him. That's what I think. And it's like
Once it
KO
goes to
said.
purse bid, it is what it is, kid. He gets 30% of the overall bid. It ain't
Yeah,
he,
whatever it's gonna be, bro. It's gonna be in my estimation. You looking probably somewhere between 1.8 to 3 million total purse bid.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
Somewhere
nasty.
2.2,
That's nasty.
something like that.
That is nasty work.
If
That's like
if, if the people involved if the people involved wanted to pay those numbers or whatever, they would have just made the fight themselves. The fact that they tried to go to
Facts.
Turkey first, Turkey said I'm only paying this. Now they're trying to get the zone involved to get the zone to put up money for the fight instead of Matchroom putting up money for the fight themselves. It lets you know that ain't nobody really trying to pay for this fight because everybody know they're gonna lose money, bro. Based on what Shakur want.
Eddie would rather have Cordina in that fight because then he gets two 20% instead of just one.
No, there ain't nobody really trying to pay for this fight because everybody know they're gonna lose. Yeah, you got an echo. We got Kamal in the building. Kamal, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up? Well, Shakur's, if he's not smart and he's going to fall into the same trap Boo Boo Andre fell into, Devin Haney fell into. Again, overestimating your market value. There's a difference between skill and talent level and market value. Something that
Facts.
Crawford didn't learn, and Errol Spence gave him the farm, and everybody thinks that just because Errol Spence gave out welfare and charity, that Tank Davis is going to do it or that someone else is going to do it, and they're learning the hard way.
More facts.
Demetrius Andre didn't play his cards right at 154. I remember when that viral video when he was at the Boxing Voice, he was like, Canelo, you're a bitch. Why ain't you follow me? You fighting Kirkland? Tell me about Kirkland. Everybody remembers that when he went viral. And then the dude, due to his own inactivity, pulled out of the Jermell Charlo fight. Forces conspired for the WBO not to order Canelo to fight him. Austin Trout gets removed from the WBO rankings, and they have John Thompson, who no one ever heard of. And I'm not talking about the Georgetown coach who wore the suit and the towel. He fought Liam Vegan Smith for a vacant WBO, and they moved Austin Trout out of there. And then what does Canelo do? He fights, instead of fighting Andre, he goes and he fights Liam Vegan Smith, who Bad Left Hook is a source I really respect. They called him the worst titleist in all of boxing. So the forces conspired to have him his title removed because he wasn't realistic with the money. The forces, when Devin Haney took that optional fight against Ryan Garcia, he saw what his true market value was. He ducked Sandor Martin, and then he ducked what's his boy Africa Richardson Hitchens called him out. He didn't want any of that smoke. He made the same mistake. So Shakur's got to be smart. I mean, again, a lot of these guys have been hyped up by corporate media to be used as a Billy pulpit or Billy club against PBC and Al Heyman, and they're just reading their narrative. They're reading these articles that say that they're these great stars and stuff. But again, skill level is not market value. And just because you're black doesn't make you the next Floyd Mayweather. I mean, I hear way too many people say, yo, Shakur, the next Floyd. He sounds like racist people who think that every black person looks the same. That's what I got.
Teach, what's up, man? What you got for the show, bro?
Yeah, pretty much back to the comment earlier. So Shakur was scheduled to fight in Saudi twice, I believe. Then he got his hand injured, so he was only able to fight once. So he was supposed to fight Cordina and then Zepeda in Saudi, both fights in Saudi. Again, because of the Riyadh season schedule, they don't have an event in the summertime. So I think that's where the discrepancy comes into place right now. So Shakur pretty much wants to fight in the summertime, rather than wait, towards the later half of the year. When you talk about Shakur, going towards Eddie Hearn, again, I mean, I have my opinions. You guys have your opinions. I think he could have only went two ways, to be honest, to Top Rank or to Eddie Hearn. So him being with Eddie for two fights, I mean, to me, that isn't a big deal right there. But because of the injury, that fight was pushed back. And since there isn't a summer schedule for Riyadh season, they have to fight in the U.S.
Shout out to Robert Guest with the 2-piece in the super chat with the super sticker. I appreciate you, dog. Shout out to Lefty with the 2-piece in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing, just showing love to the channel. I appreciate you, big dog. Robert Guest back in the super chat with the 2-piece super sticker. I appreciate you again, Robert. Thank you so much. All right, anybody want to offer up a response to that?
I mean, I don't think Shakur only had two offers. Didn't Steven Espinoza come out and say that they offered a one-fight deal? And if Shakur was so confident during that time, he would have went in and he would have signed that one-fight deal to fight Tank, beat Tank like he says he can. And don't you think PBC would have offered him more?
Facts. You stole my rebuttal. He would have done what Floyd did to Oscar De La Hoya.
Exactly. And I only said that because I seen Kamazin and I already knew what Kamal was going to say. Come on.
So again, remember, there's two sides to this story, right? I mean, y'all going to believe what y'all want to believe. And I'm just going off of what was pretty much said on interviews and on Twitter, right?
Oh, am I? Off a credible source, which is Steven Espinoza.
Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal, right? I think we could all agree on that.
They couldn't provide. He said he wanted one fight.
Well, he said he wanted a multi-fight deal.
That was the narrative at first, though.
He said he wanted a multi-fight deal. They couldn't provide that, right? And
hold on, I'm gonna let you keep going, Teach. Shout out to my dog. I'm gonna let you keep going, Teach. Y'all hold up. Shout out to my dog, main man in the building. What's up, bro? Hope all is well with you. Y'all go subscribe to the homie channel. He over there doing this thing, man. One of the best channels on YouTube. Very knowledgeable, and he gets overlooked, and people don't like. Y'all need to go check out that brother. Long story short, that man know his boxing. Go subscribe to him, man. He really know his shit, bro. Shout out to my dog, man. I appreciate you pulling up, fam. All right, go ahead, Teach. I ain't mean to cut you off. Quee in the building too. What's up, Quee? I see you, sis. What's good? Go ahead, Teach. I ain't mean to cut you off. I just had to salute a couple people. Go ahead, bro.
No problem. So Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal. I mean, that came out, in the social media. But they couldn't provide a multi-fight deal. Shakur made a comment saying that Tank wasn't going to be ready for him to fight. So even if he took that one fight deal, what was he supposed to do? Just wait,
Well,
right? So instead of
bro,
Shakur said
To
that.
be great,
Right?
to be
bro,
great.
why would bro? They
Shit.
only had Tank on the table for Shakur.
Listen, I'm
Yeah,
just going off of what Shakur said.
but I
Shakur,
mean,
Shakur came out with a statement saying that they said Tank wasn't going to be ready,
So
right?
was that after? But this the thing though, Teach. Was that after the fact that they had before he had actually signed the Matchroom, or was that when Eddie or when Steven Espinosa came out and actually said something? Then Shakur came back with his own statement.
No, he said that after. Yeah, he said that after.
no, I think it was
It was
before.
No, he
before.
Yeah,
never
it
said
was
that
before.
before.
It was
He
before
He
he
didn't-
got
said
Way
signed.
multiple
before.
he-
things. He
he
said
never,
multiple things.
he
He is
never
not saying
said
his story has not been consistent.
he
That's
never
why I don't
said
trust
that
him on this
before.
narrative.
And
So
He
if
never said
Espinoza
that
is always
before.
telling the truth, why can't Jake Paul tell the truth?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him.
hey,
See this?
Man, why you trying to
See?
always, bro? What the
No,
fuck
no,
do that
no,
got
no,
to do
no,
with
no. Because that's what we're
anything,
Now
gonna
he's
bro?
do. If we're
bringing up
playing
the
that
straw
game
Man,
today,
you
man.
gonna
That
try
My
to
no, we're
man
playing
Big
that
avoid
game
Dog
today. We're
Willie
gonna
you
play it
is
the right
are.
fighting
way.
This
and
guy
bringing
has
up
been
straw
proving
No,
man
no,
that has
we're gonna
nothing
play
to
a
do
game.
with
We're gonna play it the
it.
right way. That's what we're gonna do.
So you want to run with a fucking narrative, bro?
No, there ain't no narrative. That Espinoza said one thing. I'm saying something different. Why can't Jake Paul be telling the truth?
Cool,
You
Espinoza
please.
telling the truth
believe
all the
Jake
time.
Cool,
Paul?
please.
You
Cool,
This
cool,
believe
this
Jake
please.
Paul,
Espinosa,
Big Dog?
Yep. Oh, Espinoza, y'all sure do.
Cool,
Yeah, you're
hey,
please.
crazy.
listen,
Big Dog
Espinosa
Willie,
is
Big
saying
Dog
one
Willie.
thing and Shakur is saying another thing. I'm just bringing
Hey,
up what Shakur
You
said.
see
I
what
know,
you
I know,
really,
but this is what I'm
You gotta
you
give
saying.
really
him
see
next
it.
fight.
Espinoza say
I
all this
know you
shit and
really
they
see it.
believe it,
So
but when
yeah,
it
Y'all
comes
give
to
me a
Tank,
minute.
nobody believes
Big
it's
Dog.
a
Y'all
false.
give me
It's a
a second,
false. Okay, yeah, we'll play that game. We'll play that
yeah,
game for
so,
sure.
so
fellas. Y'all give me a minute. Key Alexandra, what's up?
Hey, KO. Salute to the panel. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. It's fight night. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
yeah,
Facts.
Salute to the chat. I hope y'all staying blessed. And salute to Mrs. KO. So
100.
I'm not going to sit back and allow Teach and some of his and Shakur fans. And y'all know I like Shakur. I got him number 2 at 135, but we got to hold his feet to the fire. Now, about 2 months ago, no, yeah, no, about a month ago, excuse me, I came out and said on Upper's channel that the order I heard for the summer was Keyshawn first, then the Tank and Lamont rematch, and then Shakur Stevenson at the end of the summer. Shakur already knew that this was happening. Okay, he already knew. So well, Riyadh doesn't have a fight card in the summertime and all that other stuff. Did Turkey not put on a fight card in August of last year with was that August last year with
Terrence Crawford.
Bud
July.
Crawford? Was that
yup,
Yeah,
not?
yup.
Oh,
that was
okay.
August.
So
Yeah.
July.
so come on, we got to stop this. If it's anything that's going to be prolonged with this ordeal, with this whole deal with Zepeda and Shakur, we got to call a spade on Shakur Stevenson. This is not the first time this has happened. This is the second time they're in negotiations. They know each other. Oscar and them been around the same block, been on this block already. This is like 9 months in already, if I'm not mistaken. So they
mhm.
knew that this was coming, and I am not going to sit back and allow people to paint this narrative that Shakur is the victim and that he getting off and everything else. No, that's not what happened. They knew that this was coming, and that's all
Facts.
I gotta say.
You mean that they knew that there wasn't a card in the summer?
No, Shakur. Come on, if Turkey
I'm
really wanted
asking.
a
I'm just
card in a
asking.
summer teach, he would have had a card.
It's
Come
Okay,
on,
too
this man
hot
been
there in
putting
the
on cards.
summertime.
He had an August card
That's all
already.
speculation.
he would have.
Okay.
Too hot.
It
Listen,
wasn't a speculation. We just saw the Bud Crawford
Well,
card
prove her
last
wrong
year.
then, Big
so
Dog Willie.
I'm pretty much going off of what KO was reporting, right? KO said that Riyadh season doesn't have a card in the summer, so I'm just
They don't.
going based off of that, right?
That
So
The
I'm
this
just
next
year,
going
part,
off of that.
they
like,
got the May
doesn't
shit.
have one this
So
year.
they got the May shit going on, and
Mhm.
they got the shit in September with Bud. What happened is they putting all their money into Canelo, and they running out of money over there. That's why he only got 18 months left, and he started his TKO shit early because
Budget.
they pulling the reins back on him. He really wanted to start his TKO shit once he
Mhm.
got control of all the promoters and shit, but he wasn't able to get control of all of them. So they had to start his shit early because his crown prince is tired of him losing a shit ton of money. But on the Shakur
Like
Stevenson Williams,
fire.
when the Shakur Stevenson Williams and Pater shit, the thing that I want answers for, the thing that I don't understand is, number one, you didn't fight on 2 Saudi Arabia cards as planned. because of you. You got hurt. Nobody asked you to get hurt. That's number one. So that's not Turkey fault. You can't put that on Riyadh season because you didn't get to fight your 2 fights. Some shit's gonna change because you had to pull out of the Cordina fight. Not your fault you got hurt, but you didn't fight on 2 cards as expected because you had to pull out of the November one because you got hurt. That's number one. Number two, the nigga just paid you the same amount of money to fight Padwork Padley than what you would have got fighting motherfucking Floyd Schofield. Again, not your fault because Schofield pulled out, but the nigga showed you love already by giving you the same motherfucking money for a far lesser opponent. Straight up. Like, niggas know that that's not how that shit typically work. When you have to have somebody get replaced, usually they like, look, dog, like, all right, bro, like, you supposed to fight this nigga. We were paying you this. Now this dude pulled out. I can keep you on the card. But shit, we gonna have to drop that shit because come on, my nigga, pad work. Like,
And I
we
mean,
gotta.
you're right about that, right? So
Hold on, let me finish. And he didn't even do that. And then come to find out that when Zepeda's team said, yo, we were supposed to fight him in May, we was ready to fight in May, but Shakur pulled out, said he wasn't ready, or whatever the case may be.
Oh,
Shakur said that was a lie. Well, now Eddie Hearn just came out yesterday, and you hear Big Dog Willie say bullshit. Well, Eddie Hearn just came out yesterday and said that, the reason that the money
so
went
why
down.
did he fight?
Hold on.
Why did he fight?
Hold on, fam.
Okay.
Damn. The reason that the money went down was because they were trying to fight in New York. Well, what card is in New York that Turkey's putting on?
Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia,
2 +
Rolly
2
Romero.
equals
So Eddie Hearn
4.
is out here. Eddie Hearn is out here telling on this nigga him damn self. And then I gotta watch Shakur Stevenson say, "Fuck the money. It's about my respect. Williams Zepeda gonna pay for it. He gonna do all this. If it's fuck the money and it's about your respect, why did you turn down the offer because of money, bro?" This
That's
nigga
handsome offer too.
Because he's a
3-5.
hypocrite.
and when people want to talk about it, you niggas want to talk about Tank Davis. No, talk about this shit, bro. Talk about this.
So KO, we know.
Go ahead.
So KO, we know
Like
that
a
Shakur was
mother.
locked in for the February thing. So don't say that he could have waited until May for Zepeda. Zepeda is the one who ducked out of that fight.
No, not
And
wait for him. They both had not wait for him. They both had their February and March shit. Then they were supposed to just fight in New York. But Shakur turned it down. That's what I'm saying. Not that they were gonna do that shit instead. Shakur was still supposed to have his shit in February. Zepeda was supposed to have his shit in March, and then they were supposed to fight in May. Shakur turned that shit down, bro. Out of Eddie
Can't
Hearn's
fight with
mouth.
broke hands,
And out
bro.
of Shakur's mouth, bro.
Yep. That
Can't
shit
fight with
What
broken
dead.
happened,
What
hands,
does he
man?
say? What does Shakur say? That shit
And I gotta
dead.
listen to
That
you,
shit
and I gotta
dead.
listen to
Shit
you niggas tell
dead.
me. I gotta listen to y'all tell me that Shakur is being ducked. That Zepeda don't want no smoke, but it's Shakur Stevenson that shit got to get renegotiated for, and he's the one turning down offers. But y'all will put it on Zepeda
Are
though,
we talking
bro.
about the
It's
same
bizarre, bro.
Zepeda? Are we talking
And the
about the same
duct.
Bizarre.
Zepeda who ducked him multiple times?
Hey,
Are we talking about that Zepeda?
the duck narrative is
Hold
way
on.
overblown.
Come on, hold on.
No, let me speak. Let me speak
No,
on
you've
this
been
one.
speaking.
The
You speak a
duck
lot. I haven't
narrative
spoke
is
at
way
all. You spoke for like
overblown
5 minutes
because when
before
guys
we.
with power
Nope.
want to fight Shakur,
Go ahead.
Tito
Go ahead. Come on.
Mercado,
Hey,
that
can I
Cuban
say
Go ahead.
guy,
can I say something after you, big
Scooby.
dog?
Y'all go on
KO,
and let
man. Are you gonna let me
Hey,
talk
when
or what?
Yeah, bro. Why you gotta talk
Y'all go,
hey,
y'all
big
go
dog
on.
Willie, let me say something after you, man.
Hold on, fam. Everybody, hold on. I'm gonna do it like this because I got 2 Shakur Stevenson fans that want to talk. I'm gonna go Big Dog Willie. I'm gonna go Kamal Oz. Then I'm gonna let Rich talk, and then I'm gonna go to P Hunter. Go ahead, Big Dog Willie. Get it off, bro. And whoever got a dog barking in the background, mute yourself. Go ahead, Big Dog Willie.
Somebody
Scream.
is out there upset.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm just saying, this is the same Zepeda that been ducking, and it's really crazy to hear that Shakur is supposed to do what the B-side wants him to do. This is crazy shit. I don't understand this shit. He's a champion, so he can fight when he wants. If he don't fight, his belt get taken away.
Exactly.
All
So
right.
from all this talk saying Shakur ducked him, he has to fight him. It's ordered. The only person who's been ducking is Zepeda.
Oh,
He's the
oh,
one that want to rematch. But he's the only one that want to rematch with what's his name. He's the one
Shakur,
that wanted that.
Shakur wasn't even ready to fight then, though.
No.
Hold on, let him finish, bro. Let him finish.
Yeah, he's the one that wanted to do that. He's the one to try and tell Shakur, well, I would fight in, can you fight me in November? Cause I need a baby. Fuck your baby. He's the one Shakur is a champion.
Fuck.
Nah,
You
big
out of
G.
pocket,
All right,
BA.
so
Sam
here's the
Eunice
thing, bro.
wife
Hold
is
on.
having a baby
Hold on, then I'm
today.
gonna go to Kamal, but let me just respond to that real quick. Here's the problem with that big dog with it. Like when Zapata was the one out of pocket, okay, he out of pocket, we call him out for it. But now, fast forward in this scenario, Shakur is the one out of pocket, and I hear y'all keep telling me Shakur's the A side, he's the champion. Well, bro, tell Turkey that, bro. Tell Eddie that, fam, because they not putting money up for him like he the champion. Eddie don't want to invest in him and do his own car for him like he the champion and like he believe in Shakur. So I hear what y'all saying, but as a fan and as an analyst reacting to the shit, they're not treating him like that. They're not treating him like he's the one that sold in 340,000 pay-per-view buys. They're not treating him like they're investing in him and they believe they can make money off of him and they hold him to a high regard. They're not treating him like that, bro. So he got to realize that and move accordingly, bro. Like it just is what it is, dog. And at the end of the day, while Zapata did duck Shakur back in 2023, while there was some funny shit going on in 2024, Zapata got his side, Shakur got his side. In this scenario right here, Shakur's promoter is telling you he turned down the offer. Shakur is confirming that he turned down the offer and he was mad that Turkey sent his towel boys to turn down to tell him that the offer was gonna be for less money. He's the one that turned it down. And Zapata and them was just over here waving their hand like we signed our part. We was ready to go. What's up?
So I just wanted to respond to that. You're right about Shakur, him turning shit down, and his worth is not. As a Shakur fan, I can say that his worth is not what he think it is. So him turning down fights
Thanks, big dog.
for money, for his money issue, that's wrong. But for you guys to say that he's ducking, that's bullshit.
Okay.
How do you admit that he turning down money, but then you say you're not ducking?
Strategically avoiding for now.
The problem with that big dog Willie is the reason people say that, bro, is because number one, him and his fans put the duck label on people for a lot less. So just like Tank fans, we talk a lot of shit because Tank be knocking shit out, be stepping on niggas. And so when he don't look halfway good, you'll do hair grease jokes for 2 straight months because he didn't look good and we talk a lot of shit. Well, in the same fashion, Shakur Stevenson fans, everybody's ducking that nigga. Don't nobody want to fight that nigga. This nigga is the boogeyman and he's everything in the world. So when the nigga looks suspect in a situation, that nigga gonna get flack. You niggas gonna get flack the same way that everybody else fan base got to get it. That nigga got to get it too. And then to
Well,
exacerbate
I'm not
it
going. to The
and
hair
make
grease
it.
jokes are done.
Hold on,
It's
fam.
Jake Paul jokes now. Just to
Hold
let you
on,
know.
hold on, fam. And so to exacerbate it, now the nigga is publicly saying, I don't care about the money. I just want to fight the nigga. It's all about this, it's all about that. While turning down the nigga because of money, bro. Niggas gonna bring that up, bro. He literally turned down a fight because they didn't offer him enough money, but then say he don't care about the money. He just want to beat a nigga up. Like that's him, bro. Like you can't
Shakur contradicts
blame
himself. I'm
nobody
not.
but
I'm
him,
not. But KO, you have to remember who I am. Shakur, I admit that Shakur contradicts himself. He does a lot of stupid shit. But Duck is not one of them.
bro.
He
Okay.
wants more money. Okay.
All right. And do you think that if Turkey has a certain number, you think Eddie and fucking Golden Boy can pay more than that number?
No, he don't know. Nobody want to see him
3.5
fight.
is a lot of
So
money for that fight.
the longer this goes on, Big Dog
But
Willie,
he don't have a. But he don't have a choice. What I'm saying, he don't have a
I
choice.
need you to understand, bro. That purse bid come out and that shit's super low. Niggas,
It's
nigga gonna
perfect,
have a
bro.
Okay,
decision to
I'll put it
make.
like this.
It's
I'll put it like
perfect,
this.
dog.
I'll put it like this, KO, and this is all I want to speak on it because I need to start cooking food. If KO, if Shakur turns on the fight and relinquishes his belt, you guys can call him whatever he wants.
Okay. So
Man, F all
go
that
ahead.
big
We're
dog
not
Willie. He
doing
a
that.
duck. He a duck. Now what's up? What's up?
All right, so
All
let,
right, you guys have a
yeah,
blessed.
Go
You guys
ahead,
have a
then I'm gonna go
blessed
to Willie.
yeah.
Saturday. Enjoy you guys Saturday. Enjoy the fights
Peace, big
tonight.
dog.
You too,
All
bro.
right.
let me
Kamal, go
respond
ahead,
to
bro.
Big Dog Willie and
At
others.
least he supports. He's a real one,
It's
bro.
from Breezy, man. Yeah, I gotta let the guy
let,
go.
let, let me respond to that because there's this narrative that Tank Davis is everything that's wrong with boxing, and Devin and Shakur are all only about legacy.
Facts.
They're only about chasing greatness, and they can do no wrong. And then in certain echo chambers on YouTube and corporate media, Tank Davis is the personification of evil. And these narratives have been blown to pieces when Devin Haney, admittedly, and for those of us who've been paying attention for a while,
He has consistently been chasing the money. And they have been exposed further by Shakur Stevenson, who's been consistently chasing the money. Whether it was Jamel Herring, who was his friend, going behind his back to get more when he was a challenger to the champion, whether it was lying to Frank Martin and then not getting that fight, and whether it was not backing up his talk, because I'm from Missouri, I'm from the show me state where
Kamal
he's
is cooking.
saying I can beat Tank Davis, I can beat these guys, but when the opportunity to get on his bootstraps, get on his belt buckle and fight Tank in a one fight deal like Lamont Roach did and prove that he can beat him, he doesn't take it over money, over commitment, whatever. So again, these guys yap and they talk, and the problem is they constantly overpromise and underdeliver, and that's Shakur
More
Stevenson.
facts.
He has no problem fighting these domestic level UK guys or Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid who never fought out of Japan with no power. But then with guys like Scooby and Tito Mercado and that Cuban guy with power call him out, when his fans said no one wants to fight him, he comes up with a million excuses. And so it leaves
Hmm.
people to me, like me to say, whoa, this guy's running from a Namibian police officer. He said he had the most power in the world, and he was laughing about that and stuff like that. And you're okay with fighting Padley and Cordina coming off a knockout, but then we got legitimate guys with knockout power and power want to fight you. You come up with excuses and say you're trying to make me fight the little guy. So Shakur Stevenson, I already laid out the trap that was being laid for you. That they put in Guillermo Rigondeaux, they put on Andrade, and they put on others, even Mr. Gary Russell Jr. He's going to get to the point where, again, he's listening to Crawford and he's listening to a situation where he thinks that everybody's going to be like Errol Spence and give him the farm. Insulting Turkey, who is one guy who called you outlaw, who had affinity for you, using the racial slur towel boys. We all know what that really means. When you burn some bridges, when Eddie Hearn before signing you said, I'm not going to give you the $3 million that Top Rank was paying you per fight because they were overpaying you, and you go to Eddie Hearn, you build your own bed, you lie in it, and you don't complain about people ducking you because you made your own bed. Period.
Shout out to Boxer Hacker with the 5 piece in super chat. Says Big Dog Willie gonna CPS on Zepeda if he ducks Shakur again. F yo baby. We're going to Rich. Rich, what's up, Rich?
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say. I agree with Big Dog Willie. I was about to say something. I forgot.
Already, P Hunter, what's up, P Hunter? What's
So
good?
if you hear those dogs in the background, just let me know. I can just stop.
Nah, it's
talking or
cool. You
whatever.
good right now. You good right now.
All right. So the whole thing about Shakur, and I've been saying this about Shakur. Shakur is very risk averse. I think he showed that he kind of showed it with Devin, where he didn't really want to fight Dev unless it was for the money he deserved, which I can understand that. But he really showed it with Tank, because I believe Jay Prince got in his ear like, yo, you take this one fight deal and you lose, then what? Then what? If you lose a Tank, then what? You can't attach your name to him no more. If Tank knocks you out in spectacular fashion and you're a meme now, you're not a fighter people typically really want to see. So I think all of this is going on is because Jay Prince or whoever is like, all right, look, we got to move you more strategically right now, because Eddie can't really do anything for you to make you the star that you want to be. And then, Turkey, like you said, like Kamal said, you basically shitted on Turkey. I mean, I don't like Turkey, but come on, you can't say certain terms or certain words and expect somebody to be like, yeah, I'm gonna open up my wallet for you. So again, they've been very strategic with him. Now the whole Zepeda thing, I think he'll fight Zepeda. It'll probably be for like everyone knows it's going to be more than likely it's going to be a purse bid. And this is the killer right here though. With Keyshawn, if he really, I mean, he's supposed to be fighting De Los Santos. If Keyshawn shows out, he might as well be like, you my little brother now. Keyshawn put on the big brother pants and be like, yo, you my little brother now. Because Keyshawn's he's going to put on an exciting fight. More than likely, it's going to be an exciting fight. And they're going to compare that, even though it's made, I don't care how sick he was or if he was hurt or whatever, they're going to compare that. They're going to compare brother to brother because they want to be brothers. So one brother demolished, if it happens that way, demolished De Los Santos. The other one, he ran from him because that's going to be the narrative. So he needs to fight Zepeda. because he needs to fight Zepeda and put on a hell of a show. Because if not, and Keyshawn shows up and shows out, no one's going to want to see Shakur fight Tank. It's going to be all about Keyshawn, Tank. And that's what it's going to be about. So all this moving strategically like they were doing, it backed him into a corner, and he's going to have to fight Zepeda, and he's going to have to put on a show.
Shout out to Envy the guy with the 5 piece in the super chat. Says Shakur fans down bad out here saying F the kids. It's diabolical. Yeah, it's getting rough out here, man. Terrence, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up, Knockout? What up, panel?
What's good, bro? What
What's
you
going
got?
on, people? What's going on this Saturday?
Up, chilling. Just popping up one time, man. What you got, bro?
First I want to talk about when you consistently keep saying that Turkey somehow did Shakur a favor. We don't know what the nature of that contract was. I mean you're making the assumption that Turkey could have pulled out and not paid Shakur his money. We don't know. I mean, no one saw the contract, so maybe Shakur had a contract where that money, Turkey had to pay the money, and maybe Turkey's pissed off that he had to pay the money. I don't know. We don't know. No one saw the contract, so we're assuming that he did Shakur solid. We don't know that because if Shakur he with Bud, so they do good business. They know how those contracts need to be structured and stuff. So I think that might have been an airtight contract, and Turkey might have just got screwed. He might have just got screwed and might be pissed off about that. But at the end of the day, he offered the man a certain amount of money, and the man standing on the square. I don't know why. That's like if y'all were if you're. I'm asking you. So if someone offered you something, let's say you're a construction worker, they offered you a certain amount of money, and then because you did another job that maybe you got paid for a little bit more, you gonna be okay to say, man, you know what? Forget that 10,000. Go ahead, I'll do the job for 1,500. Ain't none of y'all gonna do that. Y'all gonna stand on your square and want your bread. So I feel him on that. He want his bread. He offered him the bread, and that's. I don't have no problem with Shakur saying I want this type of bread. And the second thing with that is y'all keep acting like if it's a low bid that Zepeda gonna go for. Zepeda not fighting for nothing, bro. This would be his toughest fight. Y'all really think he gonna fight for like 250,000 Shakur? 250? Y'all must be out your mind.
The problem is Golden Boy's going to give him more. Golden Boy's going to give him more on top of whatever the purse bid is. This has been proven many times before. So Golden Boy will pay low, but they'll be like, Zepeda, that 250,000 you're scheduled to make, ignore that. We're going to pay you whatever more. That's the danger of going in a purse bid where Shakur has to get whatever is offered to him.
Well, it then shows you real market value.
I don't even feel
somebody bids $2 million and that's it. It don't look too good.
So let me say this, and then I'll let you go teach. Terrence, it's just very funny to listen to you talk about people speculating and what we don't know and all that. Then you go and speculate crazily about what Williams Zepeda will and won't without any evidence whatsoever. That shit's crazy to me. Number one, number two, the stuff about Shakur Stevenson doing such good business and maybe Turkey had no choice. I would just throw up to you and anybody listening in the chat. If he does such good business and he was able to get a contract with Turkey where Turkey had no choice but to pay him no matter who the opponent is, how is he also dumb enough to not have it in writing that Shakur Stevenson would pay him whatever no matter what who his next opponent is, and Turkey was able to offer him less money at the same time? So that shit don't make no sense, bro. Like everything you said doesn't make sense because you can't be so good to where whether you fight Schofield and Padley, you so good at contracts, he got to pay you the same money, but you wasn't good enough to make sure that whatever offer he promised to pay you for the next fight was locked in and on paperwork too and on a piece of paper as well. So I don't think that shit is true. How it usually works is once you have a new opponent, you need a new bout agreement because you're fighting somebody totally different. So whatever you agreed to for one opponent, you don't know you fighting Padley. So you have no paperwork between you and Padley. You don't know who they replacing it with. So you got to redo shit and renegotiate shit, bro.
Bro, am I bugging for thinking 3-5?
Totally off base, dog. But y'all go ahead.
Bugging for thinking 3-5 is a handsome offer for that fight? Like,
Well,
what was
also
his
too,
contract from Top Rank? 5 fights, 3 million per fight. Like
but
3-5 is a good offer, dog.
Hey,
yeah,
Terrence.
it
So,
is. It is a
Terrence,
good offer.
It's good,
Hmm?
but when you trying to stack a card, bro, and Shakur, and they wanted Shakur to fight in New York on that card, bro, they already got Haney, Teofimo, Jose Ramirez, Arnold Barboza, Devin. I'm sorry, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Ramiro, Teofimo. Like they already, and they ain't selling no tickets.
None.
They ain't
Hey, but this
selling
They,
no
my
tickets.
bro,
hey,
he
hey,
didn't want
So
to
nigga,
fight on
hey,
the
you
younger
like
KO.
card.
so
Hey,
niggas is running
KO.
out
That's
of
what it
money out
is.
here, bro.
Hey, KO.
Terrence. So
Hey,
Terrence.
KO.
Hold on,
325 is
let
handsome.
me hear what Teach got to say. Then Rich, you go ahead. Go ahead, Teach.
Yeah, so Terrence, I mean, I actually came up with the same conclusion KO did, so I'm not even mad about that. Him like getting the bag for Padley when he was supposed to get it for Schofield. So I'm not mad about that conclusion at all. And on the other hand, I mean, yeah, we gotta hold Shakur accountable for like turning out fights over money, right? Sometimes you
Facts.
gotta take less fight. I mean, sometimes you gotta take less if you really want the fight. And Shakur has admitted that he really, really wants this fight. So yeah, he did contradict himself in that sense. But again, Eddie's working to secure the fight, so we just gotta trust the process. He showed it with Boots, right? So he showed he could get it done with Boots, so maybe he could get it done with, Shakur.
I had a question for
Go
you,
ahead,
Teach.
Rich.
Hey, KO, quick question, right? You saying that he's supposed to have been on a fight in New York?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what Eddie Hearn said.
I'm
He
saying
is
so.
getting it
So
done with
wait. Can
Shakur,
I talk
too.
real quick? So when was all this supposed to be made? Like when did all this negotiation came about? Whatever.
That's a question for Eddie Hearn.
Cause I cause I cause I
Eddie
seen
Hearn
that.
said that the offer. Eddie Hearn said that the offer that the reason that the offer was lower was because when they first started talking about Shakur fighting in Williams and Zepeda, that they were talking about him fighting Williams Zepeda in Saudi Arabia. But now they changed the offer to him fighting in New York because they're not doing any Riyadh season cards in the summertime
Oh,
this year. So the offer that he got, the reason it was lower was because they were offering Shakur the Williams Zepeda fight, but it was going to be in New York.
oh yeah, cause I seen like a week ago Oscar did an interview and he said that we waiting for this Tevin Farmer fight base to be over to see where he at there if he could fight Shakur. That shit was on March 24th. So I just didn't want to know when all this supposed
Nah,
to be
Eddie
taking
Hearn did
place.
this. Eddie Hearn did this yesterday, and then
Okay.
it all popped off when Oscar De La Hoya tweeted at Shakur Stevens. He was like, after talking all that shit, you turn the fight down, and then that's when Shakur was like, "Towel boys, they offer me less money or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever."
I
But then
remember.
Eddie Hearn put context on it and said, "No, we had the reason that the money he was trying to take up for Shakur, but he didn't want to cook turkey, so he's really taking up for turkey." And he said the reason that the money was less was because the offer was originally supposed to be for Saudi Arabia, but they're not having a card in Saudi Arabia this summer. So the offer that Shakur got that he turned down was for an offer in the summertime for New York. Well, the only fight they have in the summertime in New York is the one in May with Devin Haney and them on it. So you can kind of figure all that shit out. That's
Shakur be stuck
That would
in
have
his
been a
ways,
good
man.
card to fight
He
on, too.
should have took the fight. I think he should have took the fight.
oh yeah, 100%, bro.
Real
Like
I think he
one,
should took
Rich.
the fight.
Real one.
100%, because now you in a position, bro, and this is what niggas got to understand. Like, there's no motivation for Oscar De La Hoya to do anything Eddie Hearn wants him to do. He knows that Eddie Hearn has to go to. He knows that Eddie Hearn has to go to the go to the zone to make the fight. They don't have no budget for the fight, otherwise he wouldn't have to go to the zone. And that little Towel Boys comment or whatever. Eddie Hearn done made a lot of money off of Turkey, and so has Oscar De La Hoya. Eddie Hearn ain't wanted to put not a single dime into Shakur Stevenson's career. He wanted to sign him to a 2-fight deal and then send him over there to Saudi Arabia so he could just make money off of him. He wasn't trying to put no money up on him. And now you think if Turkey Al Sheikh come calling like, look, bro, I don't like what he said to me. Whose side y'all on? Whose side you think they gonna take, bro? They could all
Bro,
be in cahoots to fuck Shakur over, bro.
bro, you really think he meant something by the towel boy comment? I think
Yeah,
people are playing a
hundred
little bit
percent,
too much.
It
hundred.
Yeah,
don't matter what it don't matter
100%.
what he meant. It matter
That's
how Turkey
crazy.
took it, bro. I don't think he
Exactly.
meant nothing by it. It don't
And
matter what he
I
meant.
don't
It
think so
matter how
neither.
Turkey
Yeah,
took this
you're
shit,
right.
bro.
You're right.
but not
And I
only
heard
that,
Aki say that shit too. Aki took that shit some type of way, buddy, on YouTube. So he
I
probably
took
did.
it.
He'll be all right.
I took it away, and I think it's
He
like
didn't
Yeah,
want to
you'll
people
be
put
all
want to
that
right.
be
towel boy.
Hey,
treat
but
Ko
KO,
different. They want to treat T.O. different than they want to treat Shakur for obvious reasons.
Eddie caught in between a rock and a hard place too, bro. That's why he can't really go to bat for Shakur.
Well, but
Because
not
if
only
he
that,
does, the money's done.
but not only that, you got to remember, like, it's like what Kamal said, the market value. You got somebody going to fight in Saudi Arabia. When Saudi Arabia, you see the crowd, it's very quiet, and they were booing Shakur Stevenson. To boo someone like that, who people say, oh, he's a pay-per-view star, he is a star. You don't think that's going to affect the marketability for Shakur in Saudi? So for Turkey to come back and say, you know what, we're going to do this. This offer no longer stands. I'll give you this, but we're going to do it in the States. I think that's a valid
Says
reason.
a
And I
lot.
think Turkey is coming
Says
to
a
his
lot.
senses, and he's saying, oh, wow, they're booing him here. So he's not even. And what I find crazy is that after that Padley fight, they booed Shakur and praised Padley, and I believe Padley got a matchroom deal off of that
Padley
situation.
got the deal.
You
So
gotta stop running with
Padley
the
in there.
narrative, right? Because it's
but
not
This
the
shit ain't
Saudi fans,
coincidence,
narrative.
guys.
it's Padley fans.
But that's not a
Padley
narrative,
fans
brother.
the Padley fans that showed up, well, the Padley supporters that showed up in Saudi, those were the ones who booed him.
Hadley supporters? What are you talking about? That guy's a construction worker.
He did
What
have
is
he
what
did
is
have
this
a
I'm
home
hearing?
trip, man.
I mean, come on, this is just
I don't know what
spinning, man.
argument
This
you
is
got with him,
spinning.
Hey,
Hadley
Kamal, do he got a family? Kamal, he got a family, right?
I'm trying to hear what
Hadley
Blunt got to
fans. This
say.
guy wasn't a full-time
Yeah,
boxer, and he had
hold
fans
on
travel to
though,
Saudi Arabia to watch.
Kamal, you
What do
claim
you
that
guys
listen to
say, man?
Padley
Come on,
interviews.
The
Shakur.
electrician
hold
in
on.
here.
You guys,
I'm not with Teach. Teach is
Shakur's
out of
got to be
line with
careful
that.
not to
Y'all
burn two
one at a
papers.
time, bro. I can't hear all y'all.
He
That
got
shit was diabolical, though, bro.
If you guys listen to
Super.
Padley's
One
interviews,
at a
you
time.
would have
Y'all
known
let
that
teach. I can't hear
those were the
nobody. Let
supporters.
Teach,
teach,
You
hold
go
got
on.
ahead, bro.
shitty internet,
If
bro.
you guys listen to any of Padley's interviews, you would have known those were his supporters. Were the one
Nah,
who were
he
doing it.
did have some.
How is Padley a bigger star than Shakur? Teach.
Yeah, how he
These
got people
Come
wanting
on,
these
Shakur
were
though.
Padley supporters that came to watch him
No, but
fight.
Teach.
They were the
how come
ones.
Where were
Shakur
That's
didn't
all
what
have
the
the
Padley's
Shakur
same?
doing.
supporters,
Teach.
teach?
So
Teach,
stop
where
with
were
the
Yeah, where were
narrative
they
saying
at?
Saudi people
Teach.
were going.
What, the
Teach.
You
union
got
workers?
terrible
His
internet
union
service, my
members that
boy.
came to watch him fight? What the fuck is this guy
Yo,
talking
Those
about?
were
And if
those
he
were
had
his
more,
supporters.
and if he had more supporters than Shakur, that means that Shakur can't take
Yeah,
credit for better being than Bevo's pay-per-view numbers
yep.
like he
So give them
did.
shits to
So
Pad
that
Dog.
Which
doesn't
one?
Give
matter.
Which
them
one do you
shits
Stop
to
have?
running
You
with
can't
the
Paddy.
have it both
narrative.
ways. You
That
can't have it
doesn't
both
matter.
340
ways here.
Padley.
Stop running with the narrative. Because you're saying it was Saudi.
340
You're saying
Hey,
it
Padley,
was
dog.
Saudi
it ain't
people
no
doing it.
narrative, Teach.
But it's not.
Sound like
You
you're
guys are
underwater,
saying it's
Teach.
Saudi supporters doing
yeah,
it,
teach,
but it's
teach.
not
Why you
Saudi
sound
people.
like you underwater, bro? I thought
Teach.
it
That's what I'm
was just
saying.
me, but you
Because
sound
I
like
Okay.
buried
that.
him
Nah,
underwater.
dog. Is
I
that
buried him
You
underwater.
can be
yeah?
very
Come on,
careful.
Barry. Fucking Shakur
Now
fans
look,
Just,
look,
underwater.
look.
just
So
want to run
Teach,
with a
listen.
narrative just to get at Shakur. That's it. That's what you've been doing.
Shakur's this big
That's
superstar,
what you've
but a
been doing
construction
all.
worker
Bro,
has more
you
fans
guys
coming to
have
his
been
fight.
going
I'm not even
ham on
worried
our
about that.
guy. You guys have been fucking the ones leading the charge with the Tank Davis slander. Where you think
D1,
this shit's
fuck
coming
Tank.
from?
Fuck
Yeah, I
Tank,
get you,
D1.
dog. Yeah, you
Fuck
in
him.
your feelings
Hey,
because the
I
guy
got a
won't
question
fight.
though.
The guy won't fight.
I
Yeah,
got a
let's
Y'all
question.
let
not
y'all
Nah,
let my
fuck.
dog,
let's not
y'all let the
completely
young homie Blunt.
let's
Y'all let
not
the young homie
completely.
Blunt ask his
Go
question.
ahead,
Go
Blunt.
ahead, Blunt. Go ahead,
Hey,
Blunt.
so y'all believe William Zapata was gonna turn around and have a quick turnaround like that to fight Shakur and May? Y'all believe that?
Money talks, bro.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah,
Y'all believe that shit?
yeah.
It was 58 days. It
Okay.
was kind of quick, but
Unless you. So Eddie Hearn is lying to make Shakur look bad. Do you believe that?
mm-hmm.
That could be. It could be. That's too
To
quick
make
of a
him look bad.
turnaround, bro.
To make
That's
him
too
look
quick
bad.
of a turnaround.
So
why I
so
was
Why?
saying with the Oscar De La Hoya thing.
Shakur Stevenson is paying a nigga to make him look bad.
But why is it too
KO,
quick of a turnaround?
that's too
Guy
quick of a
fighters need
turnaround.
to
Like
stay active.
that's
That
too
ain't
quick
what
of a
I asked you,
turnaround.
bro. So Eddie Hearn is lying to make Shakur Stevenson look bad.
He could be. I mean, I don't. What you want me to say?
Why would he
Dude,
do that?
You got to
you're
ask him.
literally capping. You're
Fighters
like,
have turnarounds all the time. Promoters don't usually try to make niggas look bad that's signed to them, bro.
Ain't
it's
nobody
like
doing
their
a
job to
fight like
make them
that
look better
within a
than they
month,
are.
a month and a half, bro. That's too quick of a turnaround for a
See,
fight
that's
like
but
that.
It's
but that's
58
why.
days, bro,
That's too quick.
or 62 days.
Hey,
That's
but
That's
too
that's
8
why.
quick.
weeks,
But
bro. It's
that's
8
why I was
weeks. That's
saying.
what they
Hey,
That's
say.
too
shout out to
quick.
my dog, Kiro Black with the 2 piece, 2 J. He say Tank verse. He say Tank. Oh shit. Hold on, bro. My shit tripping. All right, there we go. Shout out to my dog, Kuro Black with the 2-piece in soup chat. He say Tank versus Padley. Next pay-per-view mega fight in the making. Damn. Shout out to my
Actually, it's
dog
Tank versus
10 with
Jake Paul.
he say
Salute,
my
Tank.
dog 10 with the 2-piece in soup chat. He said just join, all support. I'm about to rewind. Yeah, man, we done had a good show, man. We chilling, we kicking it, man. All right,
But
y'all
that's
go
I
ahead,
thought
man.
Big
Yeah.
Dog Willie was cooking. I
So
thought Big
what do you
Dog
think the
Willie was
odds
cooking
are? What do
some
you think the
jerk
odds are
chicken
in
in his
Jake Paul
bag.
and Tank?
But that's the reason why I
Big
said
Willie's
why
smoking
Oscar
The
good
did
odds
that
coke.
are
at
Tank
March
will
I'm just
make
trying to figure out what's
$100
those
million.
odds.
One at a time, man.
What's wrong with
Y'all
that?
one at a time, bro.
What's my
Y'all
odds
talking
with
over
Jake
each other.
Paul and Tank?
What's the
Rich, go
odds
ahead.
of
Rich, go
making
Go
ahead,
ahead,
$100
Rich.
Rich.
million being Shakur
I,
Stevenson?
now
Big
all
Hold
I'm
Willie's
on,
all
smoking
hold on,
good.
y'all.
Shakur
Everybody,
smoking.
hold up. Rich, then D1, then Isaiah, then Blunt, then Big Dog Willie. So I need to hear y'all, bro. Y'all talking over each other. So Rich, D1, Blunt, Isaiah, then Big Dog Willie. Go ahead, Rich.
first I agree with Big Dog Willie with the Tank and the that Jake Paul shit, right? Like we gotta talk about that. But then that's the reason why I was saying with the Oscar De La Hoya shit. When he said March 24th, he said, man, this before the 10th farm fight, he said, then we gonna talk about Shakur and all that stuff and see if he's ready to fight him. You could go and look at the interview. He said that on March 24th. So I don't know how he could fight somebody at May that quick. I don't know.
All right,
Then
D1,
when
go
even
ahead.
go to
Go ahead,
March
D1.
March
my bad.
24th,
That's just
March 24th to
that's just
May 5th is more than enough time to have
Second.
a training camp and turn it around. These guys are used to fighting that much. That's a no point. And how are you guys going to criticize somebody for wanting to make 100 million, even if it is cap or not? I don't give a fuck. These kids are in this for one reason and one reason alone. That is to make fucking money. If Shakur Stevenson's not proving that point, I don't know what is. Tank Davis going to get $100 million to fight Jake Paul. Who the fuck am I to criticize him over making $100 million? FOH with that dumb shit.
Wait, hey, can I count off of that? He
Hold on,
said
let
Go
me let
ahead.
me
he
re-
said
let me read this
wait.
cash app, bro. I got a couple of cash apps. Shout out to my dog
Uh,
Alan Sostain with the 5-piece in the cash app. Hit the cash app because it goes straight to you. Appreciate it, big dog. And then shout out to my dog. Oh, that's it. Shout out to my dog Boxing Hacker with the 5-piece in the super chat. He say towel boy is an American slang term. Kerr never called them a towel head. People are switching his words to push a fake narrative. No,
Okay,
they
all
should.
right, wait. Let
go
me
ahead
count
and
off. Let
go
me
ahead and
count
show
off. Of,
Teofimo
can I
that
count
same
off what
discretion.
T1 said?
Show
All
Teofimo.
Hold on,
can
white girl. Go ahead,
I,
Rich.
all right.
What?
All I'm saying, what I was telling
Shut your
D1 was
goofy ass up.
he said after March 24th. He said that after the fight. So that it still was no discussions of they was fighting in March 24th. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit came. And he was talking about after the fight. So I don't know what you saying. Like 30 days. When the last time somebody fought in 30 days, 40 days to pay the old Shakur? Like negotiated the fight in 40 days.
So here's what I say to y'all that I want y'all to think about.
Come
Number
on, man.
one,
That don't make
no
sense.
one, this is the real shit, right? We don't know the timeline of when this offer was made, turned down, whatever. All we do know is that based on what Shakur Stevenson said and based on what Eddie Hearn said, is that Shakur and Zepeda was on the table, that Zepeda was good, and Shakur was the one that turned down the money from Turkey. We know that out of Eddie Hearn's mouth, who promotes Shakur, somebody is echoing me, bro. I don't know who the fuck it is. But yeah, and it just went away. So whoever that was went on mute. I appreciate you. What we do know is that there was an offer. Shakur Stevenson turned it down. And to his promoter, that shit was for May of this year. We do know that also that is what Williams Zepeda's team said. So this could have been something that they tried to negotiate in January that we're just now finding out about. Something they tried to negotiate at the beginning of February before Williams Zepeda announced the Tevin Farmer fight, and it's just now coming out. We don't know the timeline exactly, but what we do know is there was an offer. One side turned it down, and now they're renegotiating and trying to get this shit done before this shit goes to purse bid and they lose this shit to Triller or some crazy shit like that. Based off of those facts, I don't give a damn. This look bad for Shakur, bro. No matter how you slice it or how you dice it. That's what I think needs to be the focus of the conversation. To try to talk about, oh, they wasn't going to be ready within a month or a month and a half. We don't know when the offer was made. That shit could have been made before Shakur ever fought Padley, bro. This
Facts.
shit could have fell through before he even fought Padley to begin with, before they even announced Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer 2. Don't nobody know. All we know is that a nigga got an offer. He didn't like the money because it was in America, and so that nigga turned that shit down because he thought he would get more money. Zepeda and them was straight. You ain't heard Shakur or his side say one time that Zepeda didn't like the money either, or Zepeda turned that shit down. They are letting you know, nigga, we are the ones that was like, nope, let's negotiate. Let's try to get the fight ordered. There's no way around that, bro. So I think that shit is important. I said we going to Blunt next, then Isaiah, then we going to Big Dog Willie. Go ahead, Blunt.
Yeah,
Can I go after that knockout?
Yeah, you
that
can.
so responding to a boxing hacker say Tire Boy is the same thing as saying water boy. All of us know what that is. Like you call somebody a water boy, what that mean? You use a bench player, nigga. Like you the nigga up on you the guys up under the main guy. But Shakur should have never said that dumb shit though. And D1, for you to sit there and say, why are we criticizing him for fighting Jake Paul, nigga? You shouldn't fight Jake Paul before you fight Shakur or Keyshawn, bro. That's the problem.
Can I just ask
That's
you,
the
would
bullshit.
Shakur fight Jake Paul for $100 million or somebody else? Who would
I don't
Shakur
know.
fight first
You
if he
would
had a
have to
Jake
ask
Paul
him.
offer?
You would have to
Okay,
ask him.
yeah,
I
we know,
can't talk for that man.
dog. Don't
I can't
do
talk for
that.
that man,
We
bro.
know, dog. We know.
I don't
Is
know
So
is
shit.
Tank Davis fighting Jake Paul?
nope, the
Nah, he got
offer
roach
ain't even
problems.
real.
All right, so if
He
he's
got
not
roach
fight,
problems.
if he's not fighting Jake
Oh,
Paul,
we
then
don't
you're
know. We don't know.
criticizing him for something that's not even happening.
We don't know. It's all
That's very
speculation,
No,
right?
tough.
we
Very
can
tough.
criticize because it shouldn't even be a fucking rumor. That's
We
the
don't know.
problem. Why
We
is it
know
a
because
rumor in the
you
first
guys go
place?
off rumors all the time. You guys go off
So
rumors
you
all the
Alright,
time. Stop it.
criticizing a nigga for a rumor like he can control the rumor getting started about him.
Yeah, like
I
where
don't
You guys
there's
think
do the
smoke,
so.
there's
same
fire.
thing.
it's absolutely
Same
Where
ass
there's
do the
smoke, there's
same
Fuck
fire,
out of
thing.
here, bro.
Keo.
like we
Where
forget why
there's
we're here
smoke, there's
too. It's
fire.
$100 million fight, bro. Your guy is complaining over fucking $3 million difference because Turkey promised
It
me
doesn't
something.
matter for
What
the
are you
100 million
talking? That
fight.
he
It's
would
the
take
fact
that
that
fight in a second.
Shakur. It's
You
the
guys
fact
are
that
fucking
Tank said
playing,
he.
and
It's the
that's why
fact
your
that
guy
Tank doing
gets
it in the
cooked.
first place. Mister, I want to get all the belts. That guy, Mr. Tank.
Tank ain't say shit
So
about all the belts.
he's jeopardizing that money to fight Lamont Roach, who could fuck up that bag. That's what y'all saying.
Yeah,
He
like
can still fight him.
it don't make no
I
sense,
want to know
guys.
what happened to
It
Tank
don't.
6-fight
What
deal.
weight will
I
they
want to
fight
know
at?
what happened. I
What
want to know what
fucking
happened,
weight class?
and that's another thing. A nigga got a
Like, come
deal with
on, bro.
Amazon Prime, but he just gonna go off and they gonna allow him to fight on Netflix.
Because the
Yeah.
deal was
None of
capped.
this
Go ahead,
shit.
Tank.
None
We
of this
just
shit
gave you
make no
200
sense,
mil.
bro.
The deal was capped.
Y'all just trying to make it make sense because Jake Paul said something, even though every piece of evidence shows you it's bullshit. You just want to ignore it because Jake Paul told you something. So the
Hey,
same nigga, and I'm tired of cooking you niggas on this shit. But since y'all
What
want me to do it
evidence?
again,
What
I'll do
evidence?
it fucking again, bro. So the same nigga that cares so much about weight, that put rehydration clauses on niggas, catch weights on niggas. He's such a bitch because he don't want to fight nobody bigger than him. That's the same nigga that fight a nigga that's 100 pounds bigger than him.
It's an
Okay,
For 100
exhibition,
million? For
KO.
100
man.
million? Yeah.
It's an
For 100 million?
exhibition.
I'm
Yeah.
not done talking.
Relax.
I'm
hey,
not
so
done
why
talking.
would
If you want to
why
talk
would
over
Jake
me,
Paul
go
lie?
talk over me on your own shit. This is my shit, and I'm not done talking. The same
I
nigga,
got you at 6.
the same nigga that only cares about money, that don't care about legacy, is turning down $100 million clown show fight for $100 million to fight a nigga for far less money with his legacy, his name, and his reputation on the line. And if he lose, he could fuck up that bag in the first place. Get the fuck out of my face, bro.
Like, it makes
The
zero
same nigga that was in
sense.
final stage negotiations with Lomachenko, the same nigga that reached out to Shakur Stevenson out of Shakur Stevenson's mouth, the same nigga that reached out to Keyshawn Davis out of Keyshawn Davis's mouth, the same nigga that Bob Arum said he was looking to make fights for with his fighters out of Bob Arum's mouth, the same nigga that's doing all of that is also the same nigga that's about to fight Jake Paul. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. You niggas
Hey,
begging.
Listen.
KO, that's the
Whose
same
turn is
nigga.
it?
I didn't even
Whose
understand
turn
how
That's the
is
they're
it?
same nigga.
rejoicing
That's the
over it.
same nigga who team said black and black fights don't sell, but then they do 2 straight black and black fights.
Whose turn is it?
What?
Make it make
With
sense, bro.
Yeah, the
Quit
same
trying
nigga that
to.
said
I
Shakur
just
ain't worth
want to know
nothing.
Make
why
it
Jake
make
Paul would
sense,
lie
bro.
about
He
something
doesn't.
like that.
Shakur
Like
never did
he'll sit
anything.
in
The
our
same. That's the
faces
same nigga too.
and be dead serious and lie about something like that. Why would he just talk? So he just talking
Whose
just to
turn
talk?
is it?
What would he get out of it for lying on some shit like
Jake
that?
Paul? Do you
What
know
what would
would
he
whose
he get
get?
out?
name
What
What
No,
ruled
no, no.
the
I'm
fucking
what
social
what
does
do he
media
get
anybody
out
verse?
of it?
what does
What do he
anybody
get
get?
out of it?
I tell you
What?
exactly, bro. Like this shit ain't rocket science, my nigga. What does
I
anybody
know.
get hold on. What does anybody get out of line on Tank Davis? What did Devin Haney get out of line on Tank Davis for 4-5 straight years? He got his name built up, huh? What did Shakur Stevenson get on line on Tank Davis for years? He getting his name built up, huh? What does motherfucking Keyshawn Davis get out of bringing up Tank Davis' name all the time? Motherfucking clicks and views. What did Jake Paul get? More eyes on Amanda Serrano, more eyes on MVP promotion, more eyes on him, more eyes on motherfucking Kaylee Taylor.
He
When I
could
talk
have
about
went
other
on a
shit,
whole rant about
this is what
Canelo.
he get, right? This is what he get, right? We got a big time fight in the lightweight division that we are trying to talk about between Williams Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson, and we can't even talk about it for half of the show because Jake Paul got niggas wanting to talk about him and Tank. That's what it did for him, my nigga.
You know,
It's not rocket science, bro.
and bro, Tank Davis's name has ruled the social media verse for the past couple months. Him and Lamont Roach. What does
And
Jake Paul
so
gain?
has Jake
A
Paul.
clout chase,
So
live in
Jake,
real
so
time.
Jake,
He
so
knows these
So
media
has Jake Paul.
personnels are going to be
Wait,
taking that shit all over the place.
I
Look at
So
what
has
it just
Jake
did.
Paul.
That's
Jake
Jake
can I
Paul.
Paul
say
name
something?
ain't been hitting no shit. What
Yeah,
nobody
you
talking
right.
Not
about Amanda. Hold on,
not
bro.
in
What
boxing.
nobody talk about no motherfucking Amanda
so Jake
Serrano,
Paul don't got a name.
fucking Katie Taylor, and now that
He
you
got a
brought
name.
more light to it, niggas talking about Jake Paul
Fuck
comments
is you
more than
laughing
actual
for?
super fight between two
Man.
women going down in July.
KO, let me
You
ask
know
you
what
a
you're doing,
question.
bro.
well. Hey,
KO, let me ask you a
Bro,
question.
So we expecting to
I
see
got a
Canelo talk
channel.
about
I
Tank
know
through
whose
this whole
name
rant.
popping. It's only
Hey,
one name, bro.
shout out to my dog Kamal Oz with the 5 piece in the super chat. He say Devin Haney called out Jake Paul. Bill Haney called Jake Paul the face of boxing. These dudes want to criticize Tank for what their guys doing. Shout out to my dog Envy the God with the 2 piece in the super chat. Jake Paul lies all the time. Jake versus Tank is cap. All it takes is a
Bro,
I
goddamn.
just wanted
KO,
to.
what
let me ask you this.
what
All it
weight
takes is a
class?
goddamn brain to know that shit. Like,
KO,
Yeah,
let me
just think
ask you
about
this.
it. What the
That's,
fuck business sense does that
Any
make
any
for a
weight class
wait,
140
let
ain't
me
gonna
pound
say
make
guy
no good
something.
to be?
boxing. Any weight class.
Can I say something,
They ain't no
please?
yeah, go
good
ahead.
boxing
It
no
would
Y'all
more.
let
have
me
to
y'all
be
let
an
me hear what
exhibition.
Terrence got to say. Terrence, go ahead, bro.
Let me ask you a
Okay,
question.
the gentleman at the up top in the middle, he's the one that basically was trying to say that if Tank chose to fight that fight, it would be okay.
Yeah, man,
And
and his team won.
this is what I'm responding to, that sentiment. And I'm saying it's not okay. I'm saying if it's Shakur, it's not okay. If it's Devin, it's not okay. It doesn't matter who it is. It's not okay if you're an active fighter right now, because active fighters right now should not be fighting Jake Paul. We know that, like you said, knockout, that's a clown show. We don't do clown shows. We want to see real fighters fight
Let
real
me
fighters.
respond.
So I have a, okay, let me finish though. You can respond. I want to see real fights. I don't want to see nothing with Jake Paul. All he does is fix fights. Nobody believes any of these fights are real. So you just want to see a clown show. Go watch a clown show, but don't have a real fighter. You can't make a real fighter that wants to fight you wait while you fighting for Jake Paul. You're not at that point, to me.
That's
You're
why I'm
not
agreeing.
a real fighter anymore, and I don't take you seriously anymore. Whether it be Tank, Shakur, anybody, I'm not taking you serious anymore after you fight Jake Paul while you're in the middle of your real career. Yeah, Mayweather started doing that, but we know Mayweather was done fighting real fights at that point, which is fine. Go ahead and get your bag, Mayweather. Go ahead and get your bag. Tank, if you're done fighting, you retire. I don't care at that point. I get it, Mike Tyson. Do what you need to do, but you a real fighter right now, active? No, it's not okay. Secondly, for Tank, the second problem with Tank taking that fight is the fact that he's supposed to be getting the money. He's the money man. He's been getting all this money from PBC, 30 million from Ryan Garcia, all this. He shouldn't need to take that fight for the money. We can see Shakur. If Shakur did it, like you said, yeah, maybe Shakur does it because he's not making that money like um um supposing Tank making. Is Tank making all this money, or
He
isn't
was
he not
cooking
making
though.
all that money? Because if he's making
Let's
all
pause
this
there and
money,
talk right there.
That's
if
that's
he's
how I want to
making all this
respond.
money, he
That's a
don't
poor
need
man's
That's how I
that
want to
argument.
fight.
respond, bro.
That's a poor
Okay,
man's argument.
okay,
Look,
Let
okay.
me
listen,
say this,
So
listen,
dog.
listen,
that's the
Let me say
set.
listen.
this,
That,
dog.
That
Let me
nigga
say
cook
this,
y'all.
dog. And then, so Terrence, I agree with everything you said, bro, about Tank and Jake Paul or anybody fighting Jake Paul. The issue I have, Terrence, is niggas that really don't believe it, niggas that know it really don't make sense, but trying to use it in order to try to downgrade and belittle what Tank Davis is doing. Do you understand? Knowing that this nigga fixes fights, knowing that Jake Paul ain't got real fights, you could make $100 million fighting him or whatever that number is fighting him. But instead, you go to the opposite of a fixed fight, a fight that's gonna make you way less money, where your legacy and reputation is on the line. That don't make no sense. If Tank is this bitch or this hoe or whatever the fuck niggas want to call him, why would he be doing that? And who is that with the background noise, bro? That is you, Terrence. I had to mute your ass. So that's all I'm trying to get niggas to see. The nigga outweigh Tank by 100 pounds. The nigga is a goddamn YouTube fighter. Tank went directly into negotiations with Lamont Roach out of Lamont Roach's mouth the week after the fight. A nigga that's doing all this was about to fight Jake Paul. Get the fuck out my face, bro.
Bro, all
Hey,
of
yo,
that's
he don't have a
fine,
choice.
but
He
listen,
I can
went
add something
to a
to
draw
that.
with that nigga, man.
Listen, bro,
Hold
He
on,
went
hold
to a
on.
all
draw
of
with
that's
Say
fine.
Roach.
that again, Blunt.
After,
Say that again.
man,
He had no choice. He went to a draw with Roach. You got to rematch that nigga, man. Your
What do
you
you
know
mean
what
record
it
he
on
got?
is?
him.
What,
You guys are out of your
what do you
mind.
mean he
Can I
has
Listen,
no
dude,
can
choice,
I
bro?
add something
all
to
gotta
that?
rematch
He
him.
Hold
all
on,
of
everybody,
that's you
everybody be
guys
quiet
all
for a
make
second,
great
bro.
points, bro. But
Wait a minute,
every
dog. Wait a
single
minute.
legend,
Wait a
every
minute.
single top
Wait a
fighter
minute,
called
fam.
Jake Paul out.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, bro. At the end of the day, dog, to say that this nigga didn't have no choice when he's everybody's biggest fight, that's disingenuous, bro. That's just not true, fam. That's cap. That nigga has a choice. Now, and see, that's the other thing you niggas try to do. He did it because he had no choice because all the fans was criticizing him, getting on his ass. And niggas been criticizing him his entire fucking career. Now is the time he cares so much about what you niggas think that he's gonna turn down a $70 million bump in pay? $100 million. He gonna turn down that type of money because of what
Ridiculous,
niggas
bro.
saying about him? Get the fuck
It's
out of here, bro.
Taylor,
unfinished
can I add
business.
Why do
something
It
to
they
went to
that?
fight?
a
They
draw.
fight for money.
It went to
Your
a
guy
draw. It's
included.
unfinished business,
Well,
bro.
Jake Paul said the
Period.
fight was going to happen if he didn't go to a draw.
Well,
That's fine too.
Well, I think if I could just add something, I think people need to stop taking Jake Paul seriously because Jake Paul he says he wants to fight David Benavidez. Benavidez, he was never serious when Benavidez and his dad were not serious when they said, "Yeah, we'll fight Jake Paul." Canelo talks about fighting Jake Paul, and it turns out to all be lies, like all cap. So I think people need to stop taking Jake Paul seriously. Jake Paul wants people to talk about him. He's nothing more than a prostitute in boxing. So it really means nothing. Like obviously Tank was going to fight Lamont Roach again, and all this talk again about saying, well, he had to. I said this on Two Senses show after the fight. Nobody put a gun to Tank Davis's head saying you have to do this. So he could have done what Chavez did after the Whitaker fight, which is talk about
Facts.
rematching him and never do it. So
Facts.
nobody. I mean, Dmitry Bivol didn't have to rematch Artem Beterbiev, but he's done so out of honor. So people need to be just, if I could just add something, stop taking Jake Paul seriously. He's nothing more than a prostitute who wants to be talked about. And Tank Davis, he and his team, they've gone with a rematch, which a lot of people thought they were going to duck. So let's give he deserves some credit for that. And it is what it is.
Shout out
Bro,
to my
You know
dog
what?
it's
Crown
kind
Jewel
of
Boxing
hard to not
TV
take
with
him
the 5
serious.
piece in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing. He just showing love to the channel. I appreciate you, Crown Jewel. Shout out to my dog Juice Vision with the 5 piece. No biscuit in the super chat. I guarantee you, if Shakur had an offer from Jake Paul and Tank at the same time, he would take that Jake Paul fight first, and his
Facts.
fans would love it.
And
Thank
hey,
you.
This
look,
is the whole.
Bro,
This
it's
is the
bet
hard
you,
I
whole.
bet
not
you
to
money
hey,
we
take him
won't.
serious.
I
This
bet
is
you
Andre
this.
Right.
Ward wants to
this is
fight
the
him.
thing.
Hey,
Every great
Y'all
after
all
that
coming for
last
that
fight,
low hanging
calling his
fruit, and
ass out,
that's not a good
I
thing.
bet.
waiting
Hey, look,
for it.
hey,
One
I
at a
bet.
time,
You
bro.
guys
One
better
at a
brace.
time. Shout out to Marshawn West with the 10 piece in the cash app. Says cook KO. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Go ahead.
I bet. I bet
Go
you
ahead, Rich.
Shakur would have took. I bet you Shakur would have took that fight, and Shakur would have told you who he was taking. He would have never played all them games. Said, "I'm calling out somebody after my fight. Oh, y'all gonna be mad after my fight. Who I'm gonna call out." And he ain't gonna
Calling
play
out
around and
details,
say,
bro.
"Yeah, y'all seen him.
Yeah,
He came in my locker room and he dapped me up." And who was there to
yeah.
dap him up? Everybody was
It's
already
kind of weird they
calling
forget
out
those things,
Jake
huh?
Paul.
You guys are the only
It's
people
kind
who
of weird
say
that
that.
they forget these things.
Hold
Man,
on, hold on.
You think Jake Paul was the
that's
only
crazy,
person
man.
in his locker room?
Y'all acting
This is
Let's
what I
crazy
keep
don't
it
right now.
understand.
cruise.
This is what I don't understand. How y'all always go for
You
low
and one
hanging
of you
fruit
got
when
the
it comes to
worst
Tank?
fucking internet in the world.
Yeah, I can't hear one of y'all. Man, go ahead, P
No,
Hunter. I'm
It's
listening.
what I was
ridiculous.
saying is when it comes to Tank, it seems like everybody wants to go after the low hanging fruit. This whole Jake Paul thing, who was in his locker room, if Tank would have did, y'all, that's low hanging fruit because the bottom line is who's he fighting? He's fighting Lamont Roach. So that's all that really matters
Facts.
right now, going from now until they fight, until 2 weeks after the fight. when everybody's still talking about it, depending on what happens. So I mean, y'all keep going for the low hanging fruit just to make another boxer look good or to throw dirt on Tank, and it means absolutely nothing because right now, if you look at the thing, he's fighting Lamont Roach, and that's what everybody wants to see for the most part. He ain't backing down off of that unless something bad happens, and I hope it doesn't. But so Shakur, Devin, we've all seen them talk crazy. This is what they do. Maybe it's their generation. They just like talking to hear themselves talk. But the bottom line is, when the real hits the real, what are they doing? And Tank is doing the right thing by fighting Lamont Roach. Shakur better do the right thing and fight Zepeda. And I don't really care about Dev because Dev is whatever. So, like Keyshawn is doing the right thing by fighting De Los Santos, and De Los Santos is doing the right thing by fighting Keyshawn. All that talking, I don't care about talk. I care about fights, and that's all I want to see. So that's my point of view.
Yeah, that
and
makes a
this
lot of sense.
and this what I
But
gotta
if the
say
Taker
about
Mania
that
is
though.
going to talk about it, we might as well talk about it too.
Then De Los
This
Santos
why
pull out
this
that fight.
this this what I gotta say about
Nah, they
that though
fighting.
too, because after the Lamont Roach fight, who was Tank on fight? Who was he even planning to fight?
Keyshawn
He had no
Davis.
plans on fighting nobody at 135 in the
That's
top
a
Keyshawn
five
lie,
or
bro.
top
Davis.
three.
We don't know
That's a
that.
lie.
Keyshawn
We don't know
Davis.
that.
Yeah,
That nigga wasn't
yeah.
gonna
We do
fight
know
no
that. We
Keyshawn.
do know that. Oh,
That's a
he
lie,
already
bro.
told
Keyshawn
us what it
Davis.
was.
I put it like
He
this:
already
until
told
Tank
us what
comes
it
out,
was.
Y'all lied to your fucking
out
selves.
and say that
Like
he's not
real shit.
fighting Jake Paul, I'm going to believe it.
Of
Tank needs to
course
come
you
out
are,
himself and say he's not going to fight Jake
because you
Paul.
hate Tank
That's
Davis.
fine with me, big dog.
Got you.
Huh?
Believe it.
It's like
Of course
being
you
like
are, because you're really a
the
troll for
person who
real,
thinks he got more
and you just want to hate on Tank. I got you, bro. Do your thing.
So,
Don't get mad at me, KO. I'm only
if
doing
Tank
what you
Hey,
do.
this is what you are, bro. You just want to
I'm
troll
just
Tank.
doing what you do. I'm talking about this,
You're doing
the
nothing.
stuff, the
Don't
most
ever
current
compare.
event. The
Don't
most current
compare what
event
I
is
do.
Jake
Don't
Paul
compare what
and
I do to
Tank,
what
right?
you do, bro.
That's how's
Oh,
that
Don't
current?
just
The most
don't
current
don't
event is Jake Paul and
don't
Tank,
compare
is
what
it?
I do to what you do, fam.
The most
Don't do
current
that.
event is Jake Paul
You
and
don't do
Tank, right?
nothing.
I
You
thought
don't
the
do
most
nothing.
current
Jake
event
Paul
You
said
don't
was
do
this on
nothing.
Lamar
Thursday.
Roach
I got
fight.
let's
The
you.
most
get this
current event is
money,
Jake
What
Paul
do
and
you
Tank.
mean
Tank.
that?
I don't give a damn what the
Go get
current
that
event is.
Honda.
Oh, but you talk, but you said, but you talk about
Do
that.
not ever compare what I do to what you do, bro. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, I'm bringing up the current event. Like you said, you were talking about Shakur the whole time. Talking about the most current thing about him. I'm talking about Jake Paul and KO and Tank. Let's just say my fault,
Yeah.
not
But
KO.
again,
Tank,
Jake Paul's
And Jake
not.
Paul. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But
So
again,
when was
Jake
this
Paul's
current
not really
event?
And you
relevant.
sound and every time you say you believe it, you sound dumb, bro.
No, I do
so,
believe it.
Okay.
I do believe it.
Bro,
Because
what
Okay.
Jake
weight
Paul
class
said
were
it.
they gonna fight
It
at?
Like I
makes
said,
it
What
makes
weight
listen,
class?
sense. It makes sense
What weight
Yeah.
to
class?
me.
What
Make
I
it
weight
gave
make
you
class?
sense.
examples. I gave you
Make
so
it make
examples
if
when
sense.
I first jumped. Jesus.
Weight class, please.
Refute any fact I gave you with another fact. You won't be able to.
But
Weight
hold on, it doesn't
class,
make sense.
please.
No.
Where
It
are they
came out.
fighting
What
at?
Tank gave clues.
What weight class they gonna fight at, Big Dog Willie?
Where are they
It
fighting
doesn't
at,
matter.
dog?
It's an exhibition fight.
No, it matters. It
No,
man,
matters.
it's an
It ain't
exhibition fight.
exhibition
It does
fight,
not
bro. It's
matter.
like
he a YouTube fighter, man. He
They're
can
too
fight
far
that man
apart.
at heavyweight, super
Your
heavyweight.
guy
Thank
would
you.
fight Jake
He can
Exactly.
fight
Paul
that man at any weight
Exactly.
tomorrow.
class, man. That man's a
That doesn't
YouTube
matter.
fighter.
Give me
That
that
man's a
That
dough.
nigga just
YouTube
pulled
Over
up
fighter.
Mike
here
Tyson.
crying
Was
about
that a
3
sanctioned
million.
fight? Was that a
When the
sanctioned
last
fight?
Take
time
your
Jake Paul
three
had a
and
fight
get
that didn't
great.
count towards his since y'all want to do
Nah,
this stupid shit, bro? When the last time Jake Paul had a fight that didn't count towards his boxing record?
It's been a long time.
Okay. When the last time Jake Paul fought at a fight and he didn't have a weight class negotiated in the fight?
Never.
All right, so they got to fight at a weight class, motherfucker. So what weight class?
they
Exhibition weight
ain't gotta
class.
do
That's
shit.
what weight class.
There's no see,
No.
y'all
That's what
want to
weight
do
class.
this
It's an
dumbass
exhibition
shit.
fight.
To
Y'all want to
All
do
knows
sanction
an
this
a
exhibition
fight.
dumbass
fight.
shit. No, fuck all that. Y'all want to do this dumbass shit. There's no such thing as fucking exhibition weight class, nigga. So what weight
That's
class
what
we
it
gonna fight at?
is. It's an exhibition fight.
No, it's
The nigga
not.
fight a 60-year-old
No,
Mike Tyson.
we've already confirmed that Jake Paul has not had a single fight that didn't count towards his motherfucking boxing record. So it will not be an exhibition based on history. It's gonna be a real fight. He has never had a fight that wasn't at a weight class. So since you niggas want to have this conversation, let's have it. Let's start with the weight class that makes sense for Tank Davis, 5'5", 135-pound ass to fight Jake Paul's 6'3", 227-pound ass at. What motherfucking weight class was they fighting at, nigga?
Y'all want the old Tank
I
back,
think Jake
right?
Paul
So
getting a really good
let
diet.
him
He can get down to
slide his
like
blow back up.
175 or something like
Let
that,
him blow back
160
up
or
to
something like that.
160 something.
Let him blow back up. Jake can make 160. 60, bro?
Yeah, I think
Come on,
160,
man. I'm telling
165 or
you
something
guys
like
are
that. I think
out
that can
your
happen.
mind.
Jake Paul,
Let's talk
Jake
about
Paul,
Shakur
but
because
no,
that's what they're
no.
doing.
No, let's
KO, they're
keep
fucking
going. No, fuck
deflecting.
all of that for
There
a second.
isn't
Let's keep fucking going. So Jake Paul was gonna cut 50 or 60 fucking pounds for the fight.
Yeah, I think he can do that. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Nigga, you
Stop.
sound
You guys
dumb.
are trolling
This
in
is
real time.
the
again.
only
This was
way
never
this
gonna.
fight could happen
You
is if it's
sound
an
dumb with that
exhibition
shit, bro.
fight,
Can we
KO.
move on now? Can we
It's an
move on
exhibition
now?
fight.
Yeah,
Exactly.
have you
Can we
KO
move
The way
on
that
now?
this
KO
fight could happen
Now
is
I'm
if
about to
it's
KO
an
start dragging.
exhibition.
Can
KO?
we
Have you guys
please?
talked?
Can we please move on to real boxing topics now?
Please,
Wait till we have
Kevin.
that
Yes, I was going to
conversation.
ask. Have you guys
It's
talked
on.
about Boots and Stanionis?
Yes, I talked about him earlier in the show, but you can talk about him now.
Yeah. Boots should
Let's
win
go.
because he's the far more talented athlete. But we'll see what that weight cut does to him. And
Yeah, I'm worried.
Stanionis, he's technically good, and so if Boots gets tired and lazy like he has in some of his recent fights, he could get caught. And yeah, if Stanionis is going to make him fight. So either way, it's going to be a great one.
Yep.
Who has Danielson's beat that makes you think that?
You guys put
It's
too
not
much
about.
stock into that, man.
Hold on.
You guys put way
Who
too
asked that
much.
question?
I didn't know Boots gets
Terrence.
tired. That's the first time I'm hearing
That's
Right,
that.
Terrence.
Bro,
videos.
you guys put way
Terrence.
too much stock into who they fought. Honest to God.
But
Way too
Terrence,
much.
there's actually not much of a difference between their level of competition because none of these guys got the chance to fight the previous champions because Crawford vacated. So there's really not much difference between who Stanionis and Boots have fought.
Listen, bro.
But I'm just saying, what do you? But
And I think the more we learn
Go ahead,
about
Michael.
boxing, bro, like of course competition is important, but I mean when you look at this shit gonna sound crazy. Between Abdullah Mason and the guy that he just fought, had way better competition. That guy had been in the ring with Rafael Espinoza.
Yep.
He just couldn't fuck with Abdullah Mason, so it didn't matter who they fought, bro. So it's important, obviously, for experience or whatever, but 9 times out of 10, the better fighter gonna win, not because of who they fought, just because they better, bro.
Yep.
It just is what it is.
KO, I gotta ask you
But
this.
Yeah, what up,
go
Teach?
ahead, Teach.
What's up, Teach?
So if Golden Boy, if Golden Boy wins the purse bid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shouldn't people be excited about that too?
I
Because
mean, fight fan, we should be excited that we get in a fight, but I wouldn't be excited for Shakur Stevenson. I wouldn't be excited because I know they trying to like you and Big Dog Willie and Rich and Blunt. Y'all need to hear me, bro. This is from a place of love. This ain't hating on that nigga because I want to see the Tank and Shakur fight. They trying to line your boy up, bro.
Facts, bro.
They lining him up, dog. And if Golden Boy win that purse bid, I need y'all to understand it. It sounds like a joke when I say this shit, but I'm not. Y'all see my shit right now on this motherfucking screen. That's how everybody got these 9 little boxes or whatever. They gonna try to make the ring as big as one of these fucking boxes, bro.
Exactly.
KO, let me
They
respond to
gonna
that, KO.
fuck that shit over, man.
So that's the thing,
Let me
KO.
respond to that.
It don't matter, KO. When it's a big talent differential.
Because
Oh,
of
go ahead,
Hold on,
Teach. I'm
say it
sorry.
again. Say it again, Teach. Say it again, bro.
So again, we want to see the fight with Shakur and Zepeda because of what Zepeda brings, right? That pressure style. So don't we also want to see the odds stacked against him some more? Make it a smaller ring. So that way Shakur could prove who he really is. I don't even really care if that fight goes to Golden Boy because I mean I'm very confident Shakur's gonna win.
Yeah, you guys are crazy for that too. And you're super
Why
low,
are we
Teach.
crazy?
Can barely hear you, dog.
But why are we crazy to believe that the much more talented fighter is going to
Hey, look,
beat the way less talented
I got a
fighter?
lot of love. I got a lot of love for all y'all, but I gotta run because it's time. It's about that time. So y'all boys take it easy, man. Everybody have a great weekend.
Pop up, peace
You
out,
too,
KO.
Georgia. All right, people.
And I will
Salute.
enjoy the fights this week. And I'll catch y'all later, man. Shout out Miss KO. Shout out everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all support this afternoon. And everybody have a good time. Y'all watch boxing tonight. I'll see y'all soon, man. Peace.